the mighty Manila Lions streaming owner-operator, Scott Jr. Scott, what do you think about tonight, buddy?
Man, I hope to have a pretty good ball game from a Lions standpoint. I know you're for Corning and I'm for Manila, but it should be a pretty good matchup. Manila's kind of down right now, coming of a big loss last week to Piggott. Hopefully we can bounce back in the ball game, make it a good competitive ball game for the Bobcats tonight here in Corning.
Hey, listen, I'm going to tell you something. When I played football back in the day, when we got our butts, for lack of a better terminology, spanked, when we got beat really good, that next week of practice, we listened to everything very intently, and it was a really tough week of practice. And it's funny, you have a week of a lot of mental errors. That next week, you
probably, like, when that clock hits 30, I'll probably go ahead and take your shot. So just give me something wide, and then when the PA guy starts, I'll probably just take one of you guys' Nat's mics so we can get the PA coming through, and then we'll just, I mean, it's homecoming, so just, you know, Yeah, kind of follow them. You can stay, you know, you don't have to get like close up. You can stay fairly wide, but just follow them, and then Richard gets back, he can get the wides, and then you can go in tighter after that. So.
Check, check. Check 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2. From historic Haley Field on the campus of Blytheville, Arkansas. That's not going to work. From historic Haley Field on the campus of Blytheville High School in Blytheville, Arkansas, Tubetown Sports is back on the air. Hello again, everybody. Marcus Carlton here with you. Andy Manus, the voice of Tubetown, will join us for kickoff just a little bit later tonight. But right now, it's a very special evening tonight in Blytheville as it's homecoming here. And in just a few moments, we're going to have the homecoming ceremonies. We're waiting on the PA system guy to take over, but after homecoming concludes, the first ever football meeting between the Westside Warriors and the Blytheville Chickasaws will kick off probably right around 7 o'clock. It's a very crucial 3-4A conference game. Westside's first trip here to Haley Field. They've played in other sports, basketball and baseball, pretty much everything except football. This is the first time that Blytheville has been a 3-4A conference member in football. The way the AAA lays everything out with the conferences, you have different lineups for football than you do for every other sport. So this is a historic evening tonight. It's the first time that the Warriors make the trip over to Mississippi County to take on the Blytheville Chickasaws. We've got about 29 and a half minutes until kickoff, so homecoming should be starting at any moment. We're going to step aside for just a quick break, and we'll be back right after this.
In Jonesboro, we always watch out for each other.
We grab an extra can for the food drive.
We find the spare change at the stoplight to help make wishes come true.
We do the little things.
We put on a brave face on our toughest days.
And help each other.
No one makes us wear these.
It's who we are.
Now let's do this.
And use your hand sanitizer.
Be sure to wash your hands.
Make sure you wipe down surfaces.
And do this.
Practice physical distancing.
Because it's who we are.
We've always protected each other.
And meant it.
It's who we are.
It's who I am.
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 I mask up.
I mask up.
I mask up. I mean it.
I mask up.
I mean it.
I mask up. I mean it.
back here at Haley Field in Blytheville, Arkansas. Beautiful, beautiful facility here. A lot of history here in this facility, as it's been a staple of the Blytheville Chickasaws for many, many years. I can see down to my left right now the homecoming court are starting to enter the field, and here in just a couple moments we should have homecoming ceremonies get underway here in Blytheville. Beautiful evening tonight. It's going to be gorgeous football weather, not a cloud in the sky. We've got a beautiful sunset going behind us as we are facing the east here and looking straight across the stadium to Chickasaw Avenue. Going to be a good night here. We've got an interesting matchup tonight, kicking off in about 27 minutes, just under 27 minutes, Westside and Blytheville. As we mentioned earlier, first ever football meeting between these two teams, so it'll be interesting to see. There's going to be a little bit of contrasting styles here between Coach Stone and Coach Engel, so I think we are in for quite the matchup tonight. There you can see across the field in front of the big Chickasaw banner, the homecoming court starting to enter. And any moment now, we'll be turning over the broadcast to the Master of Ceremonies here for all of your Blytheville Chickasaw Homecoming 2020 ceremonies.
Good afternoon. May I have your attention, please? I'm Melissa Hill, the Blytheville High School Student Council sponsor for the school year. We welcome you for our 2020-2021 Blytheville High School Homecoming Court presentation. We are ecstatic that you are here to share this precious memory with us. First, we will start with our freshman maid. Our freshman maid is Madison Booker. She is the daughter of Naisha Blair and Randy Booker Jr. She is being escorted tonight by her father, Randy Booker Jr. She is involved in clubs such as French Club, the Target Club, band, and color guard. As she volunteers for her after-school feeding program, and she attends Holy Tabernacle Church. Her favorite quote is, "I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me." Philippians 4:13. The person she admires the most is her mother and her grandmother. They are a great inspiration for their 2 children and 7 grandchildren. They are people that deserve and have earned respect. After high school, she plans to continue her education by going to college and graduating with honors. Ladies and gentlemen, your freshman maid, Madison Booker. Our next freshman maid is Shamari Cooper. Shamari Cooper is the daughter of Sabiana Robinson and Dennis Toppin. She has been escorted by her uncle, Bryson Williams. Shamari maid is involved in clubs such as the French Club, Odyssey of the Mind, East, and she is a cheerleader. Her favorite quote is, you can't start the next chapter of your life. You keep rereading the last one, Michael McClellan. The person she admires the most is her mother. She admires because no matter what's wrong or what happened to her that day, she will always stop and talk to you with the biggest smile on her face. After high school, she doesn't know which university she would like to attend yet, but she will major in engineering science. Ladies and gentlemen, your freshman maid, Shamari Cooper. Our first sophomore maid is Miss Trinity Allen. Trinity is the daughter of Sandra Booker and Lewis Allen. Her escort is her pawpaw. Randy Booker Sr. He is involved in clubs such as East, Art Club, French Club, and softball. Her favorite quote is, "Success is liking yourself, liking what you do, and liking how you do it," by Maya Angelou. The person she admires the most is her mother. She admires her mother because she teaches her how to be independent. She is very loving and supports her no matter the circumstance. She always pushes her to be way better than her. After high school, she plans on getting her master's degree in nursing. Eventually, she wants to move to California and become a pediatrician. Ladies and gentlemen, your sophomore maid, Trinity Allen. Our next sophomore maid is Rebecca Moon. Rebecca is the daughter of Lavon Kern and Darren Lucas. She is being escorted tonight by her brother Corey's son. She is involved in clubs such as band, strip club, and honor society. Her favorite quote is, "A well-adjusted person is one who makes the same mistake twice without getting nervous." Alexandra Hamilton. She admires her whole family because they push her to be the person she is today. She wanted to thank God because if it wasn't for him, she wouldn't see this day. Her plans after high school are to continue being herself and getting into a school of her dreams. Ladies and gentlemen, your sophomore maid, Rebecca Moon. Our first junior maid is Tamaria Hughes. Tamara is the daughter of Tamika Anderson and Fort City. Her escort is Daryl Callis, which is her grandfather. She is involved in clubs such as band and LCCLA. Her favorite quote is, "You will face many defeats in life, but never let yourself be defeated." Maya Angelou. The person she admires the most is her grandmother, Lynn. She admires her because she is hardworking, loving, and caring person and does her best to help people out. I want to be like her and have a strong mindset like her. After high school, she plans to attend cosmetology school and receive her license. Then I want to attend A&C to major in business administration and on my own beauty salon. Ladies and gentlemen, our junior maid, Pamela Hughes. Our next junior maid is Janaya Jones. Janaya is the daughter of Katara Merriweather and Ronald Smith. Her escort tonight is her grandfather, Jeff Merriweather. She is involved in the Spanish Club, FBLA, Trio, and she is a cheerleader. Her favorite quote is, "I can't dwell on the negative, I think positivity." Selena Cartiella. The person she admires the most is her mother. She admires her because she is always a hard-working person. Even in bad situations, she still manages to keep a smile. After high school, she plans on going to Spelman and become a dentist. Ladies and gentlemen, our junior maid, Sanaya Jones. Our first senior maid tonight is Miss Jasmine Jones. Jasmine is the daughter of LaCandia and Joe Lewis. Her escort tonight is her father, Joe Lewis. She is involved in lots of different clubs such as Spanish Club, Art Club, Trio, FBLA, Rover Gaffer, and Beta Club. She volunteers with the Spanish Club and FBLA. She is also a cheerleader. Her favorite quote is, "If you want the rainbow, you gotta go out with the rain," by Dolly Parton. She admires her mother, LaCandra Lewis, the most because she is very strong. No matter what she goes through, she always holds herself and her family together. Her plans after high school are to attend the University of Central Arkansas and major in education and become a teacher. Ladies and gentlemen, our senior maid, Jasmine Jones. Our next senior maid is Miss Bailey McHuston. Bailey is the daughter of Cynthia and Mark McHuston. She is being escorted tonight by her father, Mark McHuston, and Jacob Pruitt. Bailey is involved in many clubs such as the band, being on the Woodwind captain, vice president of French Club, one of the presidents of Blytheville, national vice president of National French Honor Society, vice president of National Honor Society, Interact Club, Beta Club, Rho Gamma, Mu Alpha Theta, and International Section. Her favorite quote is, "Be one of a kind, not one of the crowd," by an unknown author. The person she admires the most is her mother, because she is the strongest person she knows, and she is always there to support her and to help her. Her plans after high school are to become a nurse, beginning with A&T and transferring to ASU. Ladies and gentlemen, our senior maid, Miss Bailey McHuston. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure and my honor to introduce Miss Tatiana Harris as our senior 2020-2021 Queen. Miss Tatiana is the daughter of Michelle and Greg Harris. Her escort is Greg Harris. It's her dad, Greg Harris. She is involved in many clubs such as Trio, French Club, National Honor Society, FCCLA, and she is a varsity cheerleader. Her favorite quote is, "Happiness is not found in things you possess, but in what you have the courage to release," by Nathaniel Hawthorne. She admires her two older sisters the most because they get things done by any means necessary and they don't fold under pressure. After high school, she plans on attending the University of Arkansas in Fayetteville and majoring in psychology and become a nurse. Ladies and gentlemen, our senior maid, our queen, Tatiana Harris. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, will you please give our 2020-2021 homecoming court a great round of applause for a job well done. Tonight, we would also like to recognize Ms. Demetrius Span and Coach Justin Smith as our 2020 BHS faculty, King and Queen. Those are our teachers, two of our teachers. To the classes, we would like to announce that 10th grade won the Spirit Stick for the week. Let's give them a round of applause. Before the court exits, I would like to take this time to thank A1 Flores for the donation of the flowers that the young ladies received and for the bouquets that the young men wore on this morning. We appreciate them for donating and being a part of this great cause. I would also like to thank the homecoming team, Miss Valley, Miss Minor, Miss Parker, Miss Wicker, Miss Vega. A special thanks to Paul Fowler and the entire Blytheville High School staff. Last but not least, we would like to thank Ms. Blankenship for encouraging us and being with us as we continue out our tradition. One more time, let's give everybody a hand clap for a job well done. At this time, ladies and escorts may exit the field.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. Homecoming ceremonies here at Haley Field have concluded. We've still got about 13 minutes before kickoff, so we're going to step aside for a break, and we'll be back here shortly with the voice of Tubetown. Andy Maness will join us, and we'll do a little pregame on tonight's matchup. First ever matchup between the Westside Warriors and the Blytheville Chickasaws. You are watching high school football on Tubetown. We'll be back right after this.
Refrigeration is a proud supporter of the Westside Warriors. Just like the Westside School District strives for excellence by engaging learners, empowering minds, and educating all, Denver's Refrigeration strives for excellence by providing you with knowledgeable staff, quality workmanship, and speedy service. At Denver's Refrigeration, we believe it's a great time to be a Westside Warrior. Denver's Refrigeration, 3501 East Parker Road in Jonesboro.
Buying a home is probably one of the most expensive purchases you will ever make. Don't let anyone talk you into skimping on the home inspection. Certified Master Inspector Scott Boyle of Boyle Property Inspections, LLC, performs the best residential and commercial inspections. When it comes to hiring an inspector, why not hire the best of the best? Hire Scott Boyle, a certified Master Inspector, the right inspector, right away.
Home is a place we've seen a little too much of recently. Turns out when your home becomes an office, hair salon, and fifth grade classroom, you can go a little crazy. But home is all we had. So as we go back into the world, maybe we'll return with a new appreciation for the place that kept our loved ones safe and close beside us. Because even after 114 years in the business of home, one thing is more clear than ever. When home is all you have, you certainly have a whole lot.
If you're looking for an honest, dependable, and trustworthy auto repair facility, consider Max Garage for your vehicles. Locally owned with over 20 years of experience, at Max Garage, we pride ourselves on being professional, reliable, and affordable. From routine maintenance to complex mechanical issues, Max Garage can do it all. Max Garage is a proud supporter of the Westside Warriors. Call Max Garage for your next auto repair.
At First National Bank, we always talk about our You First mentality, but in times like this, we've recognized that spirit in others. We'd like to thank all of our frontline workers who've kept our country up and running during this coronavirus pandemic. Medical professionals, grocery store workers, truck drivers, you name it, all putting their safety on the line. Thank you for putting us first. And always know First National Bank will return the favor by putting you first, always.
Westside Athletic Booster Club. We're the team behind the team. Becoming a member of the Westside Athletic Booster Club is a rewarding and valuable contribution to the Warrior Nation, our school, and most importantly, our student athletes. The purpose of the club is to promote athletics at Westside High School in an atmosphere that is consistent with the educational philosophy of the school community. Check out our Facebook page for more information on how to become a member. Westside Athletic Booster Club. We're the team behind the team.
In Jonesboro, we always watch out for each other.
We grab an extra can for the food drive.
We find the spare change at the stoplight to help make wishes come true.
We do the little things.
We put on a brave face on our toughest days.
And help each other.
No one makes us wear these.
It's who we are.
Now let's do this.
And use your hand sanitizer.
Be sure to wash your hands.
And make sure you wipe down surfaces.
And do this.
Practice physical distancing.
Because it's who we are.
We've always protected each other and meant it. It's who we are.
It's who I am.
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 I mask up.
I mask up.
I mask up. I mean it.
I mask up.
I mean it.
I mask up.
I mean it.
Homeward bound, I wish I was homeward bound. Home, where my thoughts escaping. Home, where my music's playing. Home, where my love lies waiting silently for me. Silently for me.
At Ritter Communications, we're dedicated to being a caring community partner. We invest in the communities we serve by supporting local nonprofits, academic programs, local athletics, and events that bring us together. We create the connections that strengthen our communities. Ritter Communications, right by you.
Westside Warriors. Just like the Westside School District strives for excellence by engaging learners, empowering minds, and educating all, Denver's Refrigeration strives for excellence by providing you with knowledgeable staff, quality workmanship, and speedy service. At Denver's Refrigeration, we believe it's a great time to be a Westside Warrior. Denver's Refrigeration, 3501 East Parker Road in Jonesboro.
Buying a home is probably one of the most expensive purchases you will ever make. Don't let anyone talk you into skimping on the home inspection. Certified Master Inspector Scott Boyle of Boyle Property Inspections, LLC, performs the best residential and commercial inspections. When it comes to hiring an inspector, why not hire the best of the best? Hire Scott Boyle, a certified Master Inspector, the right inspector, right away.
Home is a place we've seen a little too much of recently. Turns out when your home becomes an office, hair salon, and fifth grade classroom, you can go a little crazy. But home is all we had. So as we go back into the world, maybe we'll return with a new appreciation for the place that kept our loved ones safe and close beside us. Because even after 114 years in the business of home, one thing is more clear than ever. When home is all you have, you certainly have a whole lot.
If you're looking for an honest, dependable, and trustworthy auto repair facility, consider Max Garage for your vehicles. Locally owned with over 20 years of experience, at Max Garage, we pride ourselves on being professional, reliable, and affordable. From routine maintenance to complex mechanical issues, Max Garage can do it all. Max Garage is a proud supporter of the Westside Warriors. Call Max Garage for your next auto repair.
At First National Bank, we always talk about our you first mentality, but in times like this, we've recognized that spirit in others. We'd like to thank all of our frontline workers who've kept our country up and running during this coronavirus pandemic. Medical professionals, grocery store workers, truck drivers, you name it, all putting their safety on the line. Thank you for putting us first. And always know First National Bank will return the favor by putting you first, always.
Westside Athletic Booster Club. We're the team behind the team. Becoming a member of the Westside Athletic Booster Club is a rewarding and valuable contribution to the Warrior Nation, our school, and most importantly, our student athletes. The purpose of the club is to promote athletics at Westside High School in an atmosphere that is consistent with the educational philosophy of the school community. Check out our Facebook page for more information on how to become a member. Westside Athletic Booster Club. We're the team behind the team.
Denver's Refrigeration presents Westside Warrior Football on Tubetown.
Happy Friday, everybody. Welcome into Blytheville here at Haley Field. Andy Maness underneath the headset with you tonight. Thank you for joining us on Tubetown for some Warrior football. The Westside Warriors in Blytheville this evening to face the Chickasaws. The first time the Westside Warriors have ever even made the trip over here to Haley Field, and we've got it for you exclusively right here on Tubetown. The Blytheville Chickasaws coming into tonight's game a record of 1-2, but they've had a couple of weeks off. They've had 1 week off. Cave City and Junction City both canceled on the Chickasaws last week. It's actually the second week in a row that they've had games canceled. They had a game against Riverview canceled 2 weeks ago and ended up getting that filled in with McGee. McGee put a beating on the Chickasaws, 28-0. That was a game that the Chickasaws only had 64 yards of total offense the entire game, so look for them to come out here tonight with a little bit of a chip on their shoulder, trying to move the ball against the Westside Warriors. Of course, Coach Bobby Engel and his crew coming into town tonight with a record of 2-2. They are 1-0 in the 4A3. Chickasaws, by the way, now back in the 4A, so this is a conference game. Warriors are out on the field. They're ready to receive tonight in their away white uniforms, white pants. Chickasaws have just made their way out on the field, and they're ready to kick this one away. It's been a bit of a rough go here in 2020 for Blytheville. Again, 1-2. They started off the year with a 7-point loss to the Nettleton Raiders. Had that game controlled until the fourth quarter. They gave up a late touchdown and the lead, and lost that one 27-20, and then a 1-point win over the Osceola Seminoles 25-24, their lone win of the year. And then I mentioned the 28-0 game they had against McGee 2 weeks ago. Homecoming night here in Blytheville, and the Chickasaws kick it away to start the game. Ball taken inside the 15-yard line by Kessler Engel, and Kessler takes it out to about the 27-yard line, and here comes his brother River Engel leading the way for the Westside Warrior offense. Again, ball spotted on the 28-yard line. Had a really good game last week against Truman. Went up 28-0 in the second quarter, did Westside, against the Wildcats, and were able to put on a few more touchdowns after that to make it a 42-7 game. Here's a handoff to all-day Tyler Way, weaving his way to the near sideline. He makes it down to about the 35-yard line. He'll get stopped at about the 34. Nice pickup of, looks like 6 yards on first down there for all-day Tyler Ray. 34-yard line. Second and 4 coming up. We'll see if Westside wants to make this one of those long Warrior drives. 10, 11, 12 plays they usually average. Here's all day Tyler Ray up the middle. He's got the BPI first down. Across the 40-yard line, they'll move the chains. So 2 back-to-back runs with all day Tyler Ray. And Westside is moving.
Andy, if you're a Westside fan, that's what you want to see early. You want to see Westside come out and establish that power running game right off the bat. 2 runs, 1 first down for the Warriors.
Joined by Marcus Carlton up here in our broadcast position. 1st and 10 for Westside now from their own 40-yard line. 1 minute gone here in the opening quarter. There's a quick handoff up the middle, and I think that might have been Jared Garner on the handoff. It was. Didn't get to see much of him last week. Just looking for a little bit of help from the defenseman there to get up on his feet. He did not get it.
Setting the tone early.
So back-to-back runs up the middle for Westside, 2nd and 7. 3 runs in a row. We'll see if they bust out the play action early here. Takes a look at Kessler at the top of your screen. He'll hand off to All Day. Running to the left side, pulled backwards. He's only going to pick up about 2 on 2nd down. It'll be 3rd and looks to be 4 coming up, and a chance for the Chickasaws to make their first stand of the night.
Be interesting to see what Coach Engel does with the offense here. It's kind of a coin toss situation with the 3rd and 4. You could see the play action come out, or I would not be surprised to see something maybe go to the edge with the running game to see maybe test this Blytheville defense early to see how quickly they can get out there.
Yeah, that's now 3 straight runs up the middle. And they haven't gone to play action yet. They bust out the option, and it's a fumble. Chickasaws say they have it. And, oh, boy, the turnover bug has struck early here for the Westside Warriors. 9:33 left to play in the first quarter, and it's Chickasaw football right at midfield. They've even got it in Westside territory at the Warrior 45-yard line.
Yeah, Andy, you see there on the replay, I don't think the handoff was clean between Ray and quarterback Engel. I think there was never a good, clean handoff there, and Blytheville takes advantage of it with a short field now.
Yeah, you saw the double option there, and then you're right. I think it was just a mistimed turn by Engel trying to hand it off to Ray there. So now 9:33 left to play in the first quarter, and a fumble gives it right back to the Westside Warriors, and it's all day Tyler Ray hopping on top of it. Well, that's apropos if I've ever seen it.
That's a little bit of instant redemption right there.
Take a look at the replay. In same situation, the handoff did not happen cleanly.
Somebody greased the ball before we got started tonight?
Maybe.
Wow. I think Westside dodged a big bullet there, man. That's a opportunity missed by Blytheville.
Well, and there could be, a little bit of condensation on the turf out there. It is a little bit of a cool evening here in Blytheville this evening.
It's the first night we've actually had football weather.
It does, a little chilly. Hope everybody that's in attendance brought their jacket with them. Back to All Day up the middle. He'll pick up about 5, and it'll be 2nd and 5 coming up.
We've seen this from Westside in almost every game so far. We want to get that power running game established early, almost kind of lull the defense to sleep, and then go over the top with the play action.
That's exactly what they do. Everybody's creeping forward, looking for 34 coming out of the backfield. He's either coming up the middle or trying to hit one of these edges around the tackles.
Yeah, we got about 9 guys in the box here, Andy. Sorry, didn't mean to step on you there.
Oh, you're fine. You're fine. And here it is, busting out to the outside all day, Tyler Ray, but a great job by the Chickasaws, Mackay Rainier.
Nice pursuit there by the Chickasaw defense. They knew where the ball was going and just followed 34 all the way till the tackle was made.
Second stop for a loss that the Chickasaws have had here in the first quarter. Stopped Jared Garner a little bit earlier, back on the first drive. Able to stop Tyler Ray there and bring up 3rd and 7. Ball spotted right in the middle of the hash marks at the Chickasaw logo. 8:15 left to play in the first quarter. River Engel goes out wide. It's Garner, Crane, and Ray in the backfield. Play action, slant, nope. Going to the flats out of the backfield, and all day Tyler Ray cannot haul it in. Hit him in his hands, but he tried to take off running before he was able to secure it, and that will bring up 4th down. Take a look at the replay. They were looking to hit the slant over the middle, and then you see him check down there to the flats to Tyler Ray, and Ray just couldn't bring that in.
Yeah, I think he just took his eyes off the ball for just a split second, trying to figure out where he's going to head to before he actually secured the ball, and just couldn't bring it in.
Well, that slant route was well covered by the Chickasaws.
Very much.
And now with 8:01, they're going to get another crack at it on offense. They're going to block this punt.
Oh, my goodness.
They also ran into the kicker, but no foul called, as I believe it was part of the block, and the Chickasaws will recover it at the 35-yard line of Westside.
Wow, Andy, that's twice in a row that Westside has given up the ball to give Blytheville a short field, and it's even shorter this time. First time it was at midfield. Now they're going to start at about the 35.
Yeah, started at the 45. Now it's spotted officially at the 34.
So, Andy, when we get a break in the action, we'll explain a little bit why Blake Gwynn's not here tonight, and you're hearing me instead of the golden tones of Blake along with Andy.
Trying to see the referee looking to – looks like he's counting players out there.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the stoppage was for there.
Jeremiah Northern, the quarterback for Blytheville, and with 7:56 before they take a crack at it on offense, they're going to take a timeout. So Blytheville burns one timeout here in the first quarter. We're going to take a timeout with them. We're back with more Westside Warrior Football presented by Denver's Refrigeration right after.
Refrigeration is a proud supporter of the Westside Warriors. Just like the Westside School District strives for excellence by engaging learners, empowering minds, and educating all, Denver's Refrigeration strives for excellence by providing you with knowledgeable staff, quality workmanship, and speedy service. At Denver's Refrigeration, we believe it's a great time to be a Westside Warrior. Denver's Refrigeration, 3501 East Parker Road in Jonesboro.
Andy Manus, Marcus Carlton back here with you in Blytheville. 1st and 10 for the Chickasaws on the Westside 34-yard line. 7:56 left to play in the first quarter. This drive position set up by a punt block by the Chickasaw defense. And they have got the ball in a really good spot right now. Northern sends a man in motion. Now he's looking to throw. He's going to step up in the pocket and run with it now. Got a nice little alley to run down the far sideline. He'll cross the 20 and get bumped out of bounds at about the 15-yard line. A 20-yard pickup on the ground for Jeremiah Northern.
Nice run there by Blytheville. Everybody stayed at home on their blocks, and he found the gap, and before you knew it, he was through it. But it looks like we may have a flag here, Andy.
Yep, a block in the back signaled by the head referee, and that flag came out at the 20-yard line, so I believe that's 10 yards from the spot of the foul. So that is going to back it up to I believe it looks like a 1st and 5 now. It'll be. The flag happened about 5 yards past the first down marker, so that's why they get the 1st and 5. Well, actually, I guess they're going to mark it 1st and 10.
Yeah, chain gang started to move over there, and now he's correcting them.
Okay. I didn't.
So you were right.
I thought I was right. It looks like they've got it officially marked at like a 1st and 7 instead of 1st and 5. So, pardon the 2-yard error.
It's like
there.
a test, Andy. Always go with your first gut, you know.
That's right. That's right. Northern comes back out with the play. John Bruin in the backfield with him. 4 wide receivers. Look like somebody moved early. No flags. Pass out to the flats for Taekwon Love. Love has got a nice lane to run down the near sideline and gets bumped out of bounds. But I believe he's going to pick up first down yardage. Pickup of about 9. And we'll have a 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line.
So, Andy, if everyone at home is wondering why you're hearing me tonight instead of Blake Gwynn, we have split crews tonight. We actually have 2 games going on. Greene County Tech and Wynn is our other game, and Blake is calling the game for his alma mater tonight.
And the Tubetown network is expanding.
There you go.
2nd and 1. That actually wasn't enough to pick up a first down. Northern pump fakes. Now he's looking to throw. Flushed out of the pocket. Points downfield. Lofts one. And great coverage downfield by River Engel to break up that pass. Potential touchdown on the way to Carslon Ford.
Yeah, good coverage here by the defense. Play looks to be, almost busted here. He scrambles out, buys himself a little bit of time. Lofts a nice little pass down there, but Engel had some great coverage there and broke it up right at the goal line.
3rd and 1 now. D. Wells now in the backfield to the left of Northern, and it's Wells who takes the handoff, and he is swarmed by a couple of Westside Warriors. Darvin Fowler, and trying to get the number on the other one, Jonah Rayburn.
See here on the replay, Westside had the perfect defense called for this scenario, and you got one coming off the edge there, unblocked, untouched, and he held it up, and his teammates got there with him, and that's a big stop for Westside.
4th and 4, and the Chickasaws are going to go for it. 6:52 left to play. Oh, and they got him off sides there.
The hard count. How many times have we seen River Engle do that this year?
Absolutely. It seems like it usually on the first drive, and they're actually going to call false start.
They're going to call false start. Wow.
On the Chickasaws.
Wow. So 4th and 4 becomes 4th and 9. I wonder if that changes the decision making for Coach Stone at all. Looks like it doesn't.
Yeah, going to keep the offense out on the field. 3 wide receivers, 1 tailback, 1 tight end. Northern throwing over the middle, tipped up and incomplete. Kessler Engel got his hands on it, and it will be a turnover on downs.
Another big stop there by Westside. That's 2 times in a row that they've given Blytheville a short field and been able to stop and come away without giving up any points. So you got to take that as a small victory so far for the Warriors.
Yeah, that block in the back penalty really comes back to haunt the Chickasaws on that drive. They had the ball at the 15-yard line and weren't able to get it down inside the 25 after that. So now 6:44 left to play in the first quarter. The Warriors take over.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the play action here right over the top just to see if they can get it.
And there's the hard count, and Chickasaws are pointing.
Yeah, I don't know if the center flinched there or not. I couldn't get a good look and see. Now they're calling offsides, or encroachment, I guess is what it would be.
So it'll be 1st and 5 now coming up for Westside. And right on cue, we see River Engle do what he does very, very well at the line of scrimmage, and that's command the offense.
And that's an easy 5 yards that Westside has picked up 3-4 times every game that we've had so far.
They're going to come out in a bit of a jumbo formation here. No wide receivers. Garner, Crane, and Ray in the backfield all day. Takes the handoff, running to his right, fighting through traffic. He's going to pick up, it looks to be about a yard. 2nd and 4 coming up. Cameron Hedger coming into the game now for Jared Garner. Actually, it looks like they're going to send Connor Crane off. 6:15 to play in the first quarter. Each team with 2 drives underneath their belt so far. Westside on their 3rd of the night. Still scoreless. There's the handoff to Hedger. Hedger works his way up the middle, and he's got enough for a Boyle property inspection first down. Westside moving it to midfield on the 11-yard pickup. We'll call that a 12-yard pickup by Cameron Hedger.
Nice run there by the sophomore. He found his gap in the defense and split it. First down.
Well, something Blake and I have talked about over the last couple weeks is the field vision of Cameron Hedger, and he seems to have plenty of it. He showed it off right there. Moving the chains. 1st and 10 now from the 48-yard line. One wide receiver. They've got 1 safety over the top. They're going to go back to Hedger running to his left. It looks like the exact same play and nearly the same result. About a broken tackle away from picking up a first down. It'll be 2nd and 3 coming up after the 7-yard pickup.
Watch here on the replay, Andy. When he gets down to the end of this run, he gains another 3 yards by just forearming the guy. Picks up another 2 to 3 at least. Another nice run for the sophomore.
Somebody to take a little bit of attention off of Tyler Ray. Ray lines up in the fullback position this time. Play clock is down to 7. There's the handoff on the misdirection to Garner. Garner at the 35-yard line. Now he's at the 25. He's in a foot race, the 15. And he is tackled inside the 10-yard line. A 1st and goal coming up after a monster pickup on the ground by Jared Garner.
Nice play there. You see the defense follows 34 as you would. I mean, why would you not follow him? Garner gets it on the misdirection and just takes advantage of it, and it's 1st and goal for Westside now.
Well, credit the blockers there for opening up the lane for Garner to run through, but again, we see perfect execution on another play fake by Engel. Does such a good job of hiding that football, and you don't know who he's going to give it off to. 1st and goal from the 7. There's the handoff to Ray. Ray pushes a defender off of him, just manhandles him down to the 3-yard line. A pickup of 4, 2nd and goal coming up.
Another nice run. When you get down in here, you've got so many options in this power set that it's just like with the big play with Garner. You really don't know where it's going to go.
Well, and I like having Garner to come out of the backfield because that's an option that has potentially better hands than some of the other backs do, because we've seen Garner line up at wide receiver before.
Yes, he played there a lot last year.
Ray, again, the fullback. This time it's going to be Hedger. Hedger following his blockers. Now he's going to make a cut at the 5-yard line. Flag comes out. It'll land at about the 6, maybe the 7.
Yeah, where that flag's thrown, that's probably going to be holding. Would be my guess. Strictly a guess. Yeah, holding.
So that will back it up 10 yards from the spot of the foul. Costly penalty there for the Warriors.
Seeing penalties in the yellow flag on the field quite a bit here to start this game, and it's impacted both teams now.
I think that is the 3rd penalty we've had called here in just the 1st quarter. Had 2, I believe, on the Chickasaws, 1 on Westside now. 3:44 left to play here in the 1st quarter. It'll now be 2nd and goal. Ball's going to be spotted way back at about the 17-yard line.
The ball to the 17-yard line. To be 2nd down and goal.
So, Andy, what do you have in the Magic Hat playbook for 2nd and goal from the 17?
That's what I was just actually sitting here racking my brain, trying to take a look at the defense and seeing what they're bringing. They've still got about 9 guys in the box. They're leaving a couple of guys out. They've got a safety over the top, but it doesn't matter because they're going to get 5 yards and gift it right back to the Warriors. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 12. But, yeah, they've got 1 safety up top, it seems like, on every single play. They've got 1 defensive back out guarding Kessler Engel, and then they've got just kind of, I guess that would be your strong safety, just kind of out playing center field, kind of floating around. You can kind of see him over here to the right side of the line. From the 12, looking to throw, going to the end zone for Kessler, through his hands. Just about as on the money as you could ask it to be. And Kessler just can't haul it in. It was a difficult catch to make up against his face mask. But
yeah, you can see here on the replay, they had the play they wanted.
He had the step.
He did. He had the step and just couldn't secure it and bring it in.
You saw a little bit of frustration come out there at the end of that play too. Kind of.
Yeah.
He knew that he let one go right there. So now 3rd and goal from the 12. Ray, Crane, and Hedger in the backfield. Kessler, Engel out wide. They're going to hand it. Nope, it's going to be a quarterback keeper. And
not
River,
much there.
Yeah, River taken down pretty hard. I think he lost a yard. It'll be 4th and goal from the 13, and we'll get a look at the special teams unit here for Westside and the leg of Hayden Alls. Seen him kick through some field goals this year and some extra points, and he does a pretty good job.
Yeah, that's a weapon. You know, they had Luke Walls last year, and excuse me. It's a nice weapon to have, especially in Northeast Arkansas in high school. You don't have a lot of teams who have that kicking weapon.
It's about a 30-yard field goal here. It was a bad snap, didn't get the place down in time, and the kick will be short. So Chickasaws going to get another crack at it on offense here in the first quarter. Still scoreless, 2:57 left to play in the first quarter. We'll take this time now to remind you tonight's game, sponsored in part by First National Bank, Max Garage, Boyle Property Inspection, and Kevin Kirchhoff of Coldwell Banker. First and 10, Chickasaws from their own 20-yard line.
Andy checking in on our other game, a 5A East matchup between Greene County Tech and Wynn. No score down across county in the Yellow Jacket territory down there. Still early in the first quarter on that one as well.
4 wide receivers for the Chickasaws on the first play of this drive. He just sent somebody on a go route. I just saw him say, go downfield. And the play action does not work here for the Chickasaws, and they called that an incomplete pass. I think they were saying he was in the motion of throwing. That was that looked like a loose football, but you saw Jeremiah Northern trying to play traffic, or direct traffic a little bit there. And the Tom Brady tuck rule here in Blytheville tonight.
That is
I can't say anything because I'm a Tom Brady fan, so that worked out in my favor. But
that is a break for Blytheville right there to maintain possession after that play, because that looked like a textbook fumble to me.
Looked like he was trying to send Taekwon Love on a go route. He just said go down the field. You saw him just motion his arm that way, and this time he's going to float one a little too high for Amarion Russell. Russell had the step, had to go up to make try to make a jumping catch and couldn't haul it in.
Yeah, if he could have pulled that catch off, that would have been a spectacular Sports Center top 10 type catch.
Pretty strong throw from Jeremiah Northern.
Yeah, impressed with the arm strength there. That got downfield in a hurry.
Just a little off target, and that'll bring up 3rd and 10 from the Chickasaw 20-yard line. 4 wide receivers, 2:47 to play in the first quarter. 5-step drop, it's a screen to the 25-yard line and knocked backwards. It'll be 4th down coming up.
Well, there you go. So
John Bruin on the reception there.
I guess ball don't lie. So Westside will get the ball back.
Come out. Punt team will come out, and they will kick it away here. Clock still running in the first quarter. 2:20 left to play.
I feel like that was a really good play call there by Blytheville, but the defense recovered because it looked like he had open field all the way up to the first down marker, and the defense collapsed and got back in time to stop him short.
Well, and Westside brought some pressure on that drive for sure, especially on that first play. So running a screen in that situation, not a bad idea, like you said. Punt is going to be downed by the Chickasaws at the 45-yard line. Only about a minute off of the game clock there on that drive for Blytheville, so 1:58 left to play in the first quarter for Westside. They'll see if they can get some momentum rolling their way.
Yeah, a little bit of a chess match here early on. If you take the penalties out of the mix, both teams are still trying to fill each other out a little bit. You could tell that these two guys have never played each other before, because you're seeing a lot of the things that you see when you have two teams that are not really that familiar with each other.
That is wild to think that these two teams have never faced off not one time.
Yeah. In football, that's I didn't realize that till earlier this week, and athletic director Freddie Bowen was telling me about that, and I had to look it up, and sure enough, they've never met.
Maybe a play action coming out of the gate here. Nope, a little bit of an option going the other way with Crane. Crane, they're trying to rip that football out of there. He's got plenty of yards on the first down carry. He might have enough to move the chains for another BPI first down.
Going to be pretty close right there on the first down. We'll take a look at the replay here.
Nice misdirection once again.
Very much, yeah. Look at Crane. Look at Crane pulling 3 defenders with him there.
Well, again, when you go for the football, it's hard to bring a guy down by the football instead of his body. It is enough yardage to move the chains. It's another Boyle Property Inspection 1st and 10 for Westside. This time at the Chickasaw 44-yard line. Play clock down to 6. Looked like a bit of a mistimed play there as Tyler Ray gets the handoff from the fullback position. He's still going to pick up about 5 yards. It'll be 2nd and 5. But yet again, that's the second time we've seen that, Marcus. We've seen River turn around and almost run into Tyler Ray.
Yeah, a little bit of miscommunication there, I think, on the play call. But, I mean, if you can have that kind of miscommunication and still pick up 5 yards, I think you'll take that and run with it. No pun intended.
2nd and 5 coming up from the 39-yard line. We're inside of a minute to play in the first quarter. There's the handoff to Garner running to his right. And Garner will be taken down near the first down marker. A pickup of about 4. Should be 3rd and 1 coming up. Ball should be spotted right at the 35-yard line. And
they will have to snap it.
Yep, that's what I was just looking at. Going to have to run one more play here in the first quarter. There's about a 5-second difference between the game clock and the play clock. So we'll see what they want to do here. Ray again in that fullback position. Chickasaw still with 9 guys in the box. They'll run it to the left with Hedger, and Hedger takes a big hit down at the first down marker. I think he's got the yardage to, or I think he's got the yards needed to move the chain, and
he does.
He does. So it'll be a Boyle property inspection, 1st and 10 for the Westside Warriors, and that will take us down to the end of the first quarter. So they're going to run the clock out. We'll flip ends of the field, and we'll come back with the second quarter of action. The Westside Warriors and the Blytheville Chickasaws still scoreless here at Haley Field. Andy Maness and Marcus Carlton back with you right after this on Tube.
If you're looking for an honest, dependable, and trustworthy auto repair facility, consider Max Garage for your vehicles. Locally owned with over 20 years of experience, at Max Garage, we pride ourselves on being professional, reliable, and affordable. From routine maintenance to complex mechanical issues, Max Garage can do it all. Max Garage is a proud supporter of the Westside Warriors. Call Max Garage for your next auto repair.
Still scoreless as we get set to start the second quarter. Westside and Blytheville in this conference matchup here on Tubetown. Andy Maness and Marcus Carlton here with you. A bit of a back and forth affair in that first quarter. Marcus called it a chess match, and I like that term for it because both of these teams still trying to figure each other out. Again, if you're just joining us, this is the first time these two teams have ever faced off in high school football. And you can kind of tell that there was a bit of that, like you said, feeling out period, like you kind of see boxers have whenever they're first facing off against each other for the first time.
Yeah, and you can look at footage and pick up tendencies to an extent, but if you don't have the history of the two coaches facing off against each other, it's hard. You can only pick up so much from game tape when you've never actually faced off against your opponent.
Two backs in the backfield this time, one tight end, one wide receiver. A bit of a different look here, and it's a play-action pass coming up. Going to float one to a wide-open Jared Garner inside the 10-yard line. He's going to find the end zone for the score. 6-0, and it's a 34-yard bomb from Engel to Garner for the score.
There you go, Andy. We talked about it earlier. That play action is so effective when you have the power run game established early on. Nobody close to Garner there. He coasts into the end zone.
How about that throw from River Engel, backpedaling, still hit Jared Garner in stride.
Very sharp pass there. Very nice.
Only took 7 seconds off of the clock here in the second quarter. And the extra point is through. 7-0. Westside now leading Blytheville. We'll take another quick break. We're back with more Westside Warrior Football presented by Denver's Refrigeration right after this.
Home is a place we've seen a little too much of recently. Turns out when your home becomes an office, hair salon, and 5th grade classroom, you can go a little crazy. But home is all we had. So as we go back into the world, maybe we'll return with a new appreciation for the place that kept our loved ones safe and close beside us. Because even after 114 years in the business of home, one thing is more clear than ever. When home is all you have, you certainly have a whole lot.
Seven to nothing after the 34-yard touchdown pass from River Engel to Jared Garner. They got the extra point. 11:53 left to play in the first. Andy Maness and Marcus Carlton here with you on Tubetown. What a play from River Engel to Jared Garner. A great catch and a great run after the catch as well. And Marcus, you've got a score update for us.
Yeah, our other game tonight, Greene County Tech and Wynn. Wynn has jumped out to a 7-0 lead. We're still in the first quarter in that game. It's a little slower moving than our game is, but Greene County Tech looks to be driving at the moment.
Well, this seems like a little bit of a slower moving pace than I think Westside is wanting to play, and certainly a little slower pace than we're used to seeing, because we're usually halfway through the second quarter by now.
No doubt.
It feels like, anyway. This return is bobbled, but now picked up, and it'll be taken all the way out to about the 45-yard line. A nice return there by the Chickasaws, and they'll once again start off with some pretty good field position.
That's that's a special teams gaffe there to allow the return to get all the way up to the 44-yard line. If you can keep your special teams and keep the return to about the 20 to the 25, going 75 yards is obviously a lot harder than going 55.
That's a very astute observation.
I got a parent that's a former math teacher, so had to get my numbers in there and show my math skills off.
Here's a draw. Tailback D. Wells, sophomore for the Chickasaws, is going to pick up about 4 yards, and it'll be 2nd and 6 coming up. Definitely feels like football weather here tonight in Blytheville at Haley Field. Sun's gone down, a little bit of a chill in the air.
Andy got another score for us across the county here over at Gosnell. Pocahontas leads Gosnell 11-8 in the first quarter right now.
All right. 7-0 here as D. Wells takes another handoff from Jeremiah Northern, and this time the Warriors going to stop him in the gap.
How about that? How about that pursuit? They just gang tackled.
They're going to give him forward progress right at the line of scrimmage, so no gain. 3rd and 7 coming up now.
This could be a big stop for Westside if they are able to go score and then come back and immediately get a 3 and out. That would, if you're a Warrior fan, that's what you want to see.
Well, and again, if you're just joining us, a little bit of a struggle for the Chickasaws. I mean, they got shut out by McGee, didn't have a very good offensive night there, and then had to take a week off unexpectedly after a couple of teams canceled on them. So they're still trying to, I think, get a little bit of momentum going and just trying to not necessarily shake the rust off, but just get back to what they're used to doing. 10:23 left to play here in the second quarter, and Coach Stone is going to call a timeout, his second of the first half. So we will take a quick timeout with them. We're back with more Westside Warrior Football presented by Denver's Refrigeration.
At First National Bank, we always talk about our you first mentality, but in times like this, we've recognized that spirit in others. We'd like to thank all of our frontline workers who've kept our country up and running during this coronavirus pandemic. Medical professionals, grocery store workers, truck drivers, you name it, all putting their safety on the line. Thank you for putting us first. And always know First National Bank will return the favor by putting you first.
Coach Stone of the Blytheville Chickasaws wanted to call a timeout, talk some things over with his team here on 3rd and 6. They've got the ball on their own 48-yard line. 10:23 left to play in the first half. Andy Maness, Marcus Carlton here with you on this Friday night. Appreciate you joining us on Tubetown. Wells is going to go in motion out of the backfield to the slot. Empty backfield for Northern. He'll fire out to the far side of the field, and it's a bit low for his intended receiver. Couldn't quite get it up there to Lamont Jackson, the senior.
Another fumble cost the Golden Eagles.
Yeah, I don't know if that was a situation where the quarterback didn't get his foot planted correctly and the ball came short, or maybe the receiver went a yard or so too long.
7-0.
Yeah, just put it a little bit too far behind his receiver on that comeback route. Right, it looked like he might have went a step further than he needed to go. They're going to go for it here on 4th and 6. They looked like they got Darvin Fowler to jump in the neutral zone there, but no flag. Northern looks to the sideline. 5 seconds left on the play clock now, and we're gonna get a timeout from the Chickasaws. Their last of the half, with 10:19 left to play in the half.
So, Andy, we're going to give you a little live look in down to Cross County with Greene County Tech and Wynn.
This is some sweet technology, my friend.
It's we don't get to do this experiment with stuff like this very often, but we'll take a look. Looks like it's still 7-0 Wynn in the second quarter now. See a big stop right there by the Greene County Tech defense. A lot of pursuit onto the ball on that one as well.
Tech defense, if you remember, shut out this Westside Warriors offense.
It seems like
they play hard.
It seems like almost a lifetime ago. We're halfway through the season here almost. Thinking back to that night when it was about 1,000 degrees and 687 mosquitoes walking around us.
Looks like they will attempt a two-point conversion.
No doubt.
Pitch to the right to Potter. Potter goes out right side.
Step back here, live action in our game.
4th and 6 after the timeout from their own 48-yard line. It's an empty backfield for Northern. He's going to fire it out to the far side. This time it's complete. And the Chickasaws going to convert on 4th down. 1st and 10 now from the Westside 41. A great catch by Lamont Jackson. They were looking for him on that last play, and Northern just threw it a little bit too low that time. The pass right on the money.
Yeah, Communication got corrected there, and they picked up a big first down. That's a big pickup. You don't want to go and turn the ball back over to Westside after giving up that score.
Well, again, one of the things we talked about in the pregame is they only had 64 total yards of offense against McGee. They only ran 3 plays that went 10 or more yards that whole game, and they've had a couple here tonight. One of them, unfortunately, got called back for a penalty back in the first quarter.
Andy, this quarterback has some zip on the ball.
He's got a rock.
He put that on the rope. I'm impressed.
Yeah, that one a little bit too high for the intended receiver. Trying to hit Omarion Russell. It'll be 2nd and 10 from the Westside 42-yard line. But Marcus, you're right. He's got a bit of an arm on him, and I think going back to a couple of weeks ago, he was completing over 50% of his passes, or right at 50% of his passes. So not too shabby for a high school quarterback.
It is thrown right into the hands of
4 wide receivers for Northern here. He's going to throw it out to the flats for a little bubble screen, and a hard hit by all-day Tyler Ray, bringing the receiver down at the 35-yard line, and that's Omarion Russell on the reception. Russell said, I need a little bit of help getting up after that.
Andy, another score from back over in Craighead County. Nettleton and Brooklyn tied up at 7 in the second quarter. Move on up to Clay County. Corning Bobcats and the Manila Lions tied at 6 in the first quarter.
Colby Meadows on the offensive line, and he took off the other way.
9:17 and counting left to play here in the first half. Chickasaws threatening to find the red zone here on 3rd and 3. It's going to be Northern on a keeper, and he's going to pick up about 4 and the first down for Blytheville. They've now got it at the Westside 32-yard line. Now the Chickasaws look like they're kind of clicking on all cylinders here, and having a little bit of success moving this football, getting a little confidence behind the arm of and legs of Jeremiah Norton. Under 9 to play in the half. 4 wide receivers, 1 back in the backfield, looking to throw to the near side, taking a shot to the end zone, got a man, and couldn't quite catch up to that one. Kylan Wells, the intended receiver, jostling for position out there with Kessler Engel. I don't know if that's the defender I want to give a 50-50 ball to. Number 1 wide receiver for the Westside Warriors on offense.
32-yard line.
Kylan Wells did have a bit of a step on him there. 2nd and 10 now from the 32-yard line. Again, 4 wide receivers. This time they're going to double team Kylan Wells here on the near side, it looks like. They're going to hand it off. Bruin coming out of the backfield. Boy, that is a good name for John Bruin. He is a big boy running that football. He gets it down inside the 25-yard line. Pretty close to a first down marker. He will be about a yard shy. 3rd and 1 coming up now from the 23-yard line of Westside. We're inside of 8:30 to play in the half.
A gain of 9. It'll be 3rd down and 1. The 23-yard line.
We'll see what Coach Stone has in mind here on 3rd and 1. 10 seconds left on the play clock. They're going to keep it on the ground with Northern. He avoids 1 defender in the backfield, but he's going to get taken down by the waist by Jared Garner, and it looks like they stopped him right at the line of scrimmage, so 4th and 1 coming up.
Yeah, it looked like when he got the snap that he maybe didn't catch it cleanly, and he had to hesitate for just a second, and that kept him from being able to pick up the first down.
A good move by Northern to get past that first hit, but you said just enough to give the rest of the defense time, trying to get the defense off sides here with 13 seconds left on the play clock. Now he'll turn to the sideline, get the play call from Coach Stone. 7:30 to play in the half. Takes the snap. Now he's going to keep it on the ground once again, leaning forward. Had to get down to the 22, and he gets down to the 20. 1st and 10 coming up from now the red zone.
You see a beautiful full moon tonight here in Mississippi County. I don't know if we should be scared or not, man. Full moon. It's crazy things can tend to happen.
I don't like that. I'm just going to be frank with you. I don't like that. My
full
name's
moon
Andy.
in 2020 is not a good combination.
Nope. Nice little play design here by the Chickasaws, and that one's going to be thrown too far for the intended receiver, Tavares Townsend. Boy, they look like they had a wide open man in Taekwon Love. He came running that sweep route across and then ran like an out and up. And he looked like he was wide open there for a second. I don't know if Northern just didn't see him, but that was a heck of a route.
No doubt. That's a missed opportunity there by the Chickasaws.
So now 2nd and 10 from the 20. That'll stop the clock here with 7:07 to play in the half. Taekwon Love goes in motion. It looks like that same play. No, Love is going to take a different route. He's still going to fire to the end zone, looking for Love, and not going to find it.
Dare I say, looking for Love in all the wrong places?
On a Friday night in a full moon. Not a good idea. 7:02 to play here in the second quarter. 3rd and 10 now after the incompletion.
Sorry, man. I'll try to keep the dad jokes to a minimum.
Bring them on. See what they want to draw up here on 3rd and 10. This is the farthest they've got it into Westside territory so far tonight, and they certainly don't want to waste this opportunity down inside the red zone. Trailing by a touchdown. They do get the ball first out of the halftime break to the Chickasaws. Play action. Going over the middle, caught at the 10. And a nice run into the end zone by Kylan Wells, absorbing the contact from the defender on the initial hit and then making a spectacular run after the catch. And now the Chickasaws just one extra point away from tying this one up.
Check this out here on the replay. He caught that and had almost an open lane all the way to the end zone. Get Blytheville on the board. That's a big score, Andy. They come back and answer after Westside got their big pass play.
And a little bit of a Westside-esque drive, taking about 6 minutes off of the clock here in the half. Extra point is up, and it is good. 7-7, all tied up here at Haley Field. We're back with more action here in the second quarter, right after this on Tubetown.
Home is probably one of the most expensive purchases you will ever make. Don't let anyone talk you into skimping on the home inspection. Certified Master Inspector Scott Boyle of Boyle Property Inspections, LLC, performs the best residential and commercial inspections. When it comes to hiring an inspector, why not hire the best of the best? Hire Scott Boyle, a certified master inspector, the right inspector, right away.
Andy Maness and Marcus Carlton back here with you after the Blytheville Chickasaws have tied it up 7-7 against the Westside Warriors. It was a 20-yard touchdown pass from Jeremiah Northern to Kylan Wells for the score. A great catch and a great run after the catch. Kind of the situation with Westside's touchdown.
Well, and Andy, we're seeing that full moon take effect right here because the two teams lined up the opposite directions of the way they should for the kickoff.
I was wondering what we were doing out here because I saw that and I was like, "Why? Okay, were we flipping ends? Did we forget how we were kicking off here? I guess we did."
I wonder which coach will lose their mind the most over that.
I think I have a clue.
I think I do too.
Here's the kick. It'll be taken inside the 20-yard line. Weaving through traffic. Chickasaws tried to slap that ball out of there, it looks like. Trying to see who that was on the return. I think that was Caleb Mueller. Mueller out to the 35-yard line, and that is where we will see Westside set back up.
Still 7-0 down at Wynn, Andy. Approaching about halfway through the second quarter now. Let's see what else we've got. Wow, Corning has jumped out to a 22-6 lead over Manila. Still in the second quarter on that game as well. Let's see, Nettleton Brooklyn still tied at 7 in the second. And Gosnell's taking the lead over Pocahontas 16-11.
That's a big game to watch here in the 4A3s. These two teams are tied here with 6:45 left to play in the first half. Here is Cameron Hedger with a run down the far sideline, showing his breakaway speed. He's inside the 10-yard line, taken down inside the 5. A great tackle by Tavares Townsend to save a touchdown.
How about the Jets on Hedger there? Man, he got to the outside. And
where did that come from?
Yeah, it was like he hit the turbo button and just separated himself from the defense.
That was Gale Sayers. He needed about, 18 inches of daylight, and he had some speed down that far sideline.
Wow.
A huge pickup on the ground by Cameron Hedger.
Absolutely flipped the field, Andy.
Trying to do some quick maths here from the 38-yard line down to the 3. I'll let you work that out while I call this next play. Tyler Ray's in the backfield. Garner in the fullback position. And it's Hedger, who's the middle back. They're going to give it off to All Day, and All Day into the end zone for the score. 2 plays for Westside to find the end zone, and they now lead this one 13-7.
So, Andy, my quick math in my head tells me that was about a 59-yard run.
62 yards on the drive.
There you go.
Boom. I was able to do that one, but not the –
unofficially, of course.
On to attempt the extra point. Cameron Hedger, the holder.
Now we'll see if the golden leg of Alls can push this through and make it a 7-point lead. Wow. I'm still – a little bit in awe over the hit of speed there.
Yep, Cameron Hedger using his turbo boosters down the sidelines, setting up a 2-yard touchdown rush for All Day Tyler Ray. And now after the Hayden Alls extra point, Westside leads this one 14-7. We're back with more right after this on Tubetown.
Homeward bound, I wish I was homeward bound. Home, where my thoughts escaping. Home, where my music's playing. Home, where my love lies waiting silently for me. Silently for me.
Well, we've seen them take 13 or 14 plays to score on a drive before, and we just watched Westside only take 2 to find the end zone. A nice run, a 59-yard run by Cameron Hedger to set up a 2-yard touchdown rush by Tyler Ray. Makes it 14-7 after the Hayden Alls extra point. 6:09 left to play here in the first half rather. Andy Maness and Marcus Carlton back here with you at Haley Field, where the Chickasaws are awaiting this kick. A little bit of a gut punch there by the Warriors scoring so quickly. This kickoff taken inside the 25-yard line. Oh, boy. Setting up a nice return for Kylan Wells. He had a lot of room to run up the middle. He brings it down to the 45-yard line, and we'll see Blytheville once again start at midfield.
Yeah, that's third time tonight. I guess they're going to have the short field either between the fumbles and some good special teams play there by the Chickasaws.
Well, you saw their return team kind of shortened up a little bit, not expecting a deep kick from Hayden Alls, and that kind of helps the return game out just a little bit there. Shortens the field a little bit. Nobody over here covering Kylan Wells. Got to get on top of him. 4 wide receivers.
A lot of cushion there for Wells.
And got the safety out guarding him. He is giving him quite a bit of cushion. Wells going down the far sideline and unable to make the catch going out of bounds is Omarion Russell. Well, it looked like he had a chance to maybe tap the toes, but couldn't haul it in. 2nd and 10 coming up now from the 45-yard line.
It'll be 2nd down and 10, 45-yard line.
Checking on our other game real quick. Still 7-0 in the second. That Greene County Tech defense seems to be holding up pretty well down there. Only gave up 1 touchdown so far to the high-powered Win offense.
Well, they can definitely put up points in a hurry. 10 seconds left on the play clock for Northern as he snaps the ball. Another low throw coming out of the pocket trying to hit Kylan Wells. Plenty of zip on it, just a little bit off the mark. Wells had to try to go back to catch that football and couldn't catch up to it. So now 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Clock is stopped with 5:51 in the half. Last drive that the Chickasaws had was a 13-play drive to find the end zone. They're on their 3rd play here. Got to convert. And here's Wells. Wells avoiding one defender,
nice.
Now 2. And he'll take it down the inside the 40-yard line. And, whoa, Kylan Wells
How about that?
with the moves.
See here on the replay, watch this little shimmy he does to shake not one, but 2 defenders down here. There's one, there's the other. Picks up another 10 to 12 yards anyway.
The quickness of that first step, and actually we've got a flag here on this play. It may be coming back. But the quickness of that first step after he caught the football, and he knew which direction to go to make the defender miss. That was a very impressive play by the senior.
And it's all for naught.
Unfortunately, this one is coming back, and it's going to be, I believe, 3rd and really long here. 2 referees discussing right at midfield.
I assume it's either going to be a hold or maybe a personal foul on Blytheville. Wow, that's a big turnaround.
That is a big difference. That's a difference in a 10-yard and a 15-yard penalty. So
you see Coach Stone down here asking for an explanation. I don't think he's going to be happy with what the white hat tells him.
Well, and I can't read lips, and obviously they're not using sign language or anything like that, but I'm guessing from the way that the referee just motioned to the coach, maybe one of the offensive linemen getting too aggressive on a pancake block or something like that, because it looked like he motioned, pushing down into the ground. So maybe one of the guys getting too aggressive with a block. But I don't know.
I'm not sure either. But Coach Stone is out. He was out the numbers just a second ago. He's starting to back up a little bit now, but we've still got a little bit of discussion going on here. I'm not sure. Are we trying to get a different ball maybe? Coach Ingles asking for an explanation of some kind now. So.
Yeah, and Coach Stone is still out at the numbers trying to figure out.
That full moon, Andy. It's coming into play again.
Needs to go on and get. All right, well, it'll be that's weird. I guess it happened after the penalty, so they do get the first down, but it's now that they lose the yard. So it's 1st and 10 from the 32 because the foul occurred after the play. So here's Northern on the keeper. What a move to make his way up the middle, and I think he's got 11 or 12. It looks to be enough to pick up another first down. Did he just transport himself through the defender?
So. Yeah. Wow, nice little side
What an
step
olay there to get past Jared Garner and pick up another first down.
My goodness.
We have seen some athleticism here on the last few plays alone from the Chickasaws.
This Blytheville offense has a lot of quick twitch players that can just snap movement.
Nice pass out to the far sideline, and they made the defender miss, and now looked like had a chance to break free down that far sideline, did Makai Rayner. And yet again, though, flags come out at the end of that play. Happened before the play was over, and I think this is going to be a holding. And
I think so.
That happened right in front of that first down marker. You can see the flag is spotted about 2 yards shy of that first down marker. So we'll back it up 10 yards, and it'll be, I believe, about 1st and 12 if that's a holding penalty.
Penalties are starting to pile up for the Chickasaws here, and it's costing them dearly so far here in the first half.
It is, especially when they worked really hard to get that momentum in that last drive and were able to get things working for their offense and finding the end zone, a long, methodical drive that paid off. And here on this one,
two big plays negated on this drive alone.
That's exactly what I was going to say. They're 5 plays deep and have had 2 big plays called back. Trying to get the defense to jump off sides here. 13 seconds left on the play clock. Remember, the Chickasaws have no timeouts left here in the first half. Clock is stopped at 5:01 to play in the quarter. Pass out to Wells. Wells catches it, gets past the first defender. He's got some breakaway speed, but he lost the football. He's going to recover it as he gets knocked out of bounds right here in front of the Chickasaw bench. And he gave a little bit of a shove there to one of the Warriors at the end of that one.
How about the recovery of his own fumble here? The ball just bounced perfectly right back in his hands.
Right back
almost
to
like a basketball right there.
See the little shove right there on the helmet after that play. But they do pick up enough to move the chains. The ball spotted now at the Westside 45-yard line. 4:52 left to play in the quarter. That does stop the clock. And a flag comes out before they get started, and they're going to say encroachment. What was it? Does it go against the Chickasaws?
Yeah.
No,
No,
it goes against
Westside.
Westside. Okay.
Penalty of encroachment against the Warriors.
So that's a free 5 yards. Westside's had their share of penalties here in the first half too, Andy.
This has been a long drive here for the Chickasaws, and they haven't even taken 2 minutes off of the game clock. So that's just penalties alone, but I feel like this has been about a 10-minute drive already
Yeah,
here
it feels like it
for the Chickasaws. 4:52 to play in the quarter. There's the handoff on the jet sweep to Taekwon Love. Love bounces out of bounds and got hit pretty hard at the end of that play, knocked over the first down marker and everything. I think he only picked up about a yard.
Andy, there's not much sideline at all over there on that visiting sideline, and you've barely got enough room for the players to stand over there. I'm not sure he didn't maybe hit the wall there, which they've got some what I would call like a safer barrier, a soft cushion at the bottom. But if you're coming in with that kind of speed, it's still going to be a pretty hard impact.
And you can look and see here on the near sideline exactly how much room they have, because it looks to be about the same amount.
Yeah.
And there's not a whole lot of extra space over there for sure. 2nd and 6, Northern on the keeper. First hole closed up on him. Got through the second, though. Somebody whiffed on like a clothesline out there, it looked like.
Well, and it looks like he slipped when he was trying to make his cut there, and that assisted Westside with the tackle.
It's probably for the best that clothesline missed the mark, because that looked like it would have took off Northern's head, and that most certainly would have been a penalty.
Yeah, that could have been a longest yard moment right there.
3rd and 2 now coming up from the 36-yard line. They're looking to the sideline for Coach Stone to give the signal. 12 seconds left on the play clock. 4 wide receivers, and it's John Bruin in the backfield. Northern on the keeper. I think he's got the yardage.
He's got the first down. Directing traffic a little bit back there, pushing his blockers where he wanted them to go so he could pick up the yardage he needed.
It'll be 1st and 10 Chickasaws.
So they'll keep the clock moving now. 3:53 left to play here in the quarter.
Big drive here for the Chickasaws. If they could come out and score here to tie it up at half, they get the ball to start the third quarter. Could be a big swing in momentum.
7 seconds left on the play clock. They're going to have to snap this one in a hurry. They don't have any timeouts left.
I don't think he realizes
2 seconds left. 1 second left. They got it off. Looking to throw. Taking a shot to the end zone. Looking for Wells. Wells over the shoulder into the end zone. 1 point away from tying this one up. What a catch. What a throw.
That's a huge play right here. 3 minutes left in the second quarter, right before you go into the half. Beautiful ball that he threw to the corner of the end zone. Put it where only his guy could catch it.
Yep. Right. Oh, and that is such a difficult catch to make. He had to turn his head from right to left over his shoulder to make that grab. A beautiful, beautiful ball thrown by Jeremiah Northern, and the extra point will tie this one up. A 34-yard bomb from Northern to Wells with 3:24 left to play in the second quarter. It's 14-14. Andy Maness and Marcus Carlton with you right after this.
At Ritter Communications, we're dedicated to being a caring community partner. We invest in the communities we serve by supporting local nonprofits, academic programs, local athletics, and events that bring us together. We create the connections that strengthen our communities. Ritter Communications, right by you.
How about a 34-yard touchdown pass from Jeremiah Northern to Kylan Wells the following extra point to tie things up. 14-14, 3:24 left to play in the second quarter. And penalties were the story of that drive for the Chickasaws, and they were still able to find the end zone.
Yeah, you would think these Chickasaws almost have to feel a little bit of self-vindication there for being able to score after having the penalties.
Short kickoff is going to be bobbled, taken inside the 25-yard line. And taken down to the 25. I think that was Kessler Engel on the return. And the offense will come back out for the Warriors with 3:18 left to play.
Andy, that big sound you heard was the collective exhale of relief by the Westside Warrior fans there, seeing that ball bounce a little bit before Engel was able to control it and gain a little bit of yardage.
Yeah, not quite the field position that we've seen the Chickasaws get here tonight.
No.
But, again, Westside scored in only 2 plays on their last drive, so we'll see what they have in their bag of tricks here as we near the end of the first half. Going back to Hedger, running to his left, and what a tackle and what a hit. The defender just grabs Hedger with one hand as he's being defended.
Wow.
Got to try to get a number on this kid because that was impressive. That was 33 coming through there. Jamarion Russell, sophomore.
When you're
for
taught
the Chickasaws.
You're taught to hold him up until your teammates can get there to help you out. How about Hedger hopping back up after that, taking that hard hit? Wow,
that was an incredible tackle with
that really
one arm.
was, man. That was impressive.
A loss of 3 on the play. They're going back to Hedger. And Hedger being grabbed by the waist, brought down after a pickup of about 2. Oh, the Chickasaws just swarming the tailback on that play.
Yeah, Hedger's a little slow to get up. I think he's still feeling the effects of that big hit on the previous play.
Well, it was Russell who initially made the first hit and grabbed Hedger, and then got a little help from a teammate coming in to finish the tackle. And that, when the tackle was finished, it was a pretty hard hit.
It was definitely finished.
3rd and 11 now coming up from the 25-yard line. Under 2 minutes to play in the half. Chickasaws could get this one back here with a chance to find the end zone again and get the ball back first in the 3rd quarter. Play action. It's Kessler Engel on the reception, and he's taken out of bounds. A great tackle in open field by the Chickasaws, Tavares Townsend. But a great play design and a great catch from brother to brother.
Yeah, that play action gets it once again, and you can see Engel's got room to move. Good protection there by the offensive line, give him time to pass.
That's exactly what I was going to say, because it looked like either the left tackle or the left guard got smoked.
Yeah.
Yeah. So great job holding up your defender on that one and giving your quarterback time to play. 1st and 10 now from the 48-yard line. Inside of 5 seconds on the play clock, they get the snap away. All day Tyler Ray picking up a block. Pass is intercepted.
Oh, wow.
Going the other way with the Chickasaws, and it's Tavares Townsend who just ripped it out of the hands of Kessler Engel as he tried to make the high point grab.
Let's see if we can see it here. It's a great grab by Engel, and he just couldn't keep control of it as he was falling, and the defender ripped it away from him. That's a great play by the Blytheville defense.
That was a great play by Tavares Townsend. What a ball hawk on that play he was.
That could be a momentum-changing play right there.
You said it, man. That was a great catch to go up and get that football, but in double coverage, he had his arms pinned up and just left the football out there on a platter for Townsend to take. Here's Wells on the reception. He gets by one defender. He's off to the races down the near sideline, but Westside will corral him in at the 40, a pickup of 15 on 1st and 10.
That went for a big gain for Blytheville, but that was within inches of being picked off and possibly returned for a pick 6.
Yeah, Wells has been amazing so far tonight for the Chickasaws. Couple of great catches, including one for a touchdown.
Keep in mind, Blytheville cannot stop the clock here because they're out of timeouts.
No timeouts, and we're at a minute left to play here in the first half. Here's John Bruin working his way down inside the 40-yard line. They'll stop him at about the 37. That'll bring up second down. Now we're inside of 50 seconds left to play. Again, Blytheville does get the ball back first in the second half, but they're going to have to move here with no timeouts left.
And they popped up pretty quick to get back to the line of scrimmage after that play. Looks to be a little confusion with the play call, though.
Play action, going to throw, and that's it.
There you go.
You nailed it.
Miscommunication there.
You nailed it. Through to the open spot on the field, and there was no receiver there.
Got another quick score for us, Andy. Another 5A East matchup. Valley View all over Forest City tonight. They're going to be turbo clocked the entire second half. It's 40-0 at halftime.
Wow. 40-0.
40-0.
Goodness. 32 seconds left to play here in the first half. Wells dropping back, fires out to the near sideline. It's caught on the bubble screen. Receiver takes it inside the 20-yard line and taken down just shy of the 15. And that was Lamont Jackson on the reception. Second time we've seen him go to that.
Look how quick they get up. There's 7 seconds off the play clock, and they were up there to spike the ball. That's impressive for high school teams to get from the 40-second play clock. You get up to 33 seconds on the play clock, and you're already spiking the ball. That's impressive. Gives them 20 seconds on the game clock to work with.
From the 17-yard line, we've already seen them find pay dirt twice from deep. Once from 20 yards out, once from 34 yards out. So we know that they can find the end zone through the air. They don't have to do it on the ground. 10 seconds left on the play clock as they come out onto the field and line up. They're going to have to hustle to get into position. 5 seconds left. 2 seconds left. There's the snap. Firing to the end zone. The defender fell down, but the receiver did not. Tyquan Love falling out of the end zone makes the catch, and the Chickasaws have the lead. How about finding Love in all the right places?
My goodness. Another play. He's so fast he runs out of frame there. Picks it up in the end zone.
And honestly, it wouldn't have mattered if the defender fell or not, because it looked like Northern once again put that football in a place where only his man could catch it.
Yeah, I think he definitely had a step there and a great pass. Extra point, up and good.
15 seconds remain here in the first half. And it's the Blytheville Chickasaws now on top of the Westside Warriors, 21-14. We're back with the final seconds of the first half right after this on Tube.
Refrigeration is a proud supporter of the Westside Warriors. Just like the Westside School District strives for excellence by engaging learners, empowering minds, and educating all, Denver's Refrigeration strives for excellence by providing you with knowledgeable staff, quality workmanship, and speedy service. At Denver's Refrigeration, we believe it's a great time to be a Westside Warrior. Denver's Refrigeration, 3501 East Parker Road in Jonesboro.
15 seconds left here in the first half for the Westside Warriors. They're going to have to answer quickly as the Blytheville Chickasaws have found the end zone to make it 21-14. It was a 17-yard touchdown pass from Jeremiah Northern to Tyquan Love, and the extra point to follow for the 7-point lead. Another beautiful pass from Jeremiah Northern to find the end zone. High short kick taken at the 25-yard line. Kessler Engel spun down by his jersey, brought backwards at about the 24. And with 11 seconds left, does Coach Engel just come out and take a knee and run this one into the locker room? What do you do?
I think you take the knee and you go to the locker room, regroup, come out in the second half. I could be wrong. He does have all 3 timeouts, so you might see something quickly
true. That is
to the
very
sideline.
True. Just to see if they can get something set up.
Right.
What a quarterback duel we have had here tonight between Jeremiah Northern and River Engel.
It's been a fun game to watch, Andy.
Here's the handoff, and that should take us to the end of the half.
Yeah, that'll take us to the half there.
Yep, no timeout called. And so Two teams will head to the locker room as the clock winds down. 21-14 is the score after the late touchdown. The late first half touchdown by Jeremiah Northern to Tyquan Love. Andy Maness and Marcus Carlton here with you in Blytheville tonight. We're going to take a quick break. We'll come back and talk a little bit about the first half and bring you some updates from around the area. You're watching Westside Warrior Football presented by Denver's Refrigeration.
Refrigeration is a proud supporter of the Westside Warriors. Just like the Westside School District strives for excellence by engaging learners, empowering minds, and educating all, Denver's Refrigeration strives for excellence by providing you with knowledgeable staff, quality workmanship, and speedy service. At Denver's Refrigeration, we believe it's a great time to be a Westside Warrior. Denver's Refrigeration, 3501 East Parker Road in Jonesboro. Buying a home is probably one of the most expensive purchases you will ever make. Don't let anyone talk you into skimping on the home inspection. Certified Master Inspector Scott Boyle of Boyle Property Inspections, LLC, performs the best residential and commercial inspections. When it comes to hiring an inspector, why not hire the best of the best? Hire Scott Boyle, a certified Master Inspector, the right inspector, right away.
Home is a place we've seen a little too much of recently. Turns out when your home becomes an office, hair salon, and fifth grade classroom, you can go a little crazy. But home is all we had. So as we go back into the world, maybe we'll return with a new appreciation for the place that kept our loved ones safe and close beside us. Because even after 114 years in the business of home, one thing is more clear than ever. When home is all you have, you certainly have a whole lot.
If you're looking for an honest, dependable, and trustworthy auto repair facility, consider Max Garage for your vehicles. Locally owned with over 20 years of experience, at Max Garage, we pride ourselves on being professional, reliable, and affordable. From routine maintenance to complex mechanical issues, Max Garage can do it all. Max Garage is a proud supporter of the Westside Warriors. Call Max Garage for your next auto repair.
At First National Bank, we always talk about our you first mentality, but in times like this, we've recognized that spirit in others. We'd like to thank all of our frontline workers who've kept our country up and running during this coronavirus pandemic. Medical professionals, grocery store workers, truck drivers, you name it, all putting their safety on the line. Thank you for putting us first. And always know First National Bank will return the favor by putting you first, always.
Westside Athletic Booster Club. We're the team behind the team. Becoming a member of the Westside Athletic Booster Club is a rewarding and valuable contribution to the Warrior Nation, our school, and most importantly, our student athletes. The purpose of the club is to promote athletics at Westside High School in an atmosphere that is consistent with the educational philosophy of the school community. Check out our Facebook page for more information on how to become a member. Westside Athletic Booster Club. We're the team behind the team.
In Jonesboro, we always watch out for each other.
We grab an extra can for the food drive.
We find the spare change at the stoplight to help make wishes come true.
We do the little things.
We put on a brave face on our toughest days.
And help each other.
No one makes us wear these.
It's who we are.
Now let's do this.
And use your hand sanitizer.
Be sure to wash your hands.
And make sure you wipe down surfaces.
And do this.
Practice physical distancing.
Because it's who we are.
We've always protected each other.
And meant it.
It's who we are.
It's who I am.
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 I mask up.
I mask up. I mask up. I mean it.
I mask up.
I mean it.
I mask up.
I mean it.
Homeward bound, I wish I was homeward bound. Home, where my thoughts escaping. Home, where my music's playing. Home, where my love lies waiting silently for me. Silently for me.
At Ritter Communications, we're dedicated to being a caring community partner. We invest in the communities we serve by supporting local nonprofits, academic programs, local athletics, and events that bring us together. We create the connections that strengthen our communities. Ritter Communications, right by you.
Denver's Refrigeration is a proud supporter of the Westside Warriors. Just like the Westside School District strives for excellence by engaging learners, empowering minds, and educating all, Denver's Refrigeration strives for excellence by providing you with knowledgeable staff, quality workmanship, and speedy service. At Denver's Refrigeration, we believe it's a great time to be a Westside Warrior. Denver's Refrigeration, 3501 East Parker Road in Jonesboro.
Buying a home is probably one of the most expensive purchases you will ever make. Don't let anyone talk you into skimping on the home inspection. Certified Master Inspector Scott Boyle of Boyle Property Inspections, LLC, performs the best residential and commercial inspections. When it comes to hiring an inspector, why not hire the best of the best? Hire Scott Boyle, a certified Master Inspector, the right inspector, right away.
Home is a place we've seen a little too much of recently. Turns out when your home becomes an office, hair salon, and fifth grade classroom, you can go a little crazy. But home is all we had. So as we go back into the world, maybe we'll return with a new appreciation for the place that kept our loved ones safe and close beside us. Because even after 114 years in the business of home, one thing is more clear than ever. When home is all you have, you certainly have a whole lot.
If you're looking for an honest, dependable, and trustworthy auto repair facility, consider Max Garage for your vehicles. Locally owned with over 20 years of experience, at Max Garage, we pride ourselves on being professional, reliable, and affordable. From routine maintenance to complex mechanical issues, Max Garage can do it all. Max Garage is a proud supporter of the Westside Warriors. Call Max Garage for your next auto repair.
At First National Bank, we always talk about our you first mentality, but in times like this, we've recognized that spirit in others. We'd like to thank all of our frontline workers who've kept our country up and running during this coronavirus pandemic. medical professionals, grocery store workers, truck drivers, you name it, all putting their safety on the line. Thank you for putting us first. And always know First National Bank will return the favor by putting you first, always.
Westside Athletic Booster Club. We're the team behind the team. Becoming a member of the Westside Athletic Booster Club is a rewarding and valuable contribution to the Warrior Nation, our school, and most importantly, our student athletes. The purpose of the club is to promote athletics at Westside High School in an atmosphere that is consistent with the educational philosophy of the school community. Check out our Facebook page for more information on how to become a member. Westside Athletic Booster Club. We're the team behind the team.
In Jonesboro, we always watch out for each other.
We grab an extra can for the food drive.
We find the spare change at the stoplight to help make wishes come true.
We do the little things.
We put on a brave face on our toughest days.
And help each other.
No one makes us wear these.
It's who we are.
Now let's do this.
And use your hand sanitizer.
Be sure to wash your hands.
And make sure you wipe down surfaces.
And do this.
Practice physical distancing.
Because it's who we are.
We've always protected each other and meant it.
It's who we are. It's who I am.
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 I mask up.
I mask up. I mask up. I mean it.
I mask up.
I mean it.
I mask up.
I mean it.
Homeward bound, I wish I was homeward bound. Home, where my thoughts are skating. Home, where my music's playing. Home, where my love lies waiting silently for me. Silently for me.
At Ritter Communications, we're dedicated to being a caring community partner. We invest in the communities we serve by supporting local nonprofits, academic programs, local athletics, and events that bring us together. We create the connections that strengthen our communities. Ritter Communications, right by you.
We welcome you back to Blytheville here at Haley Field, where the Chickasaws have a 7-point lead over the Westside Warriors. It's 21-14 at halftime. Andy Maness and Marcus Carlton here with you. We told you a little bit earlier in the broadcast, the Tubetown network is expanding, and we are bringing you a live look now from Nettleton TV. Taking a look at the Nettleton Raiders as they're facing off against Batesville tonight. Brooklyn, sorry, my bad.
Nettleton just took the lead early in the third quarter. They had a big touchdown run. I didn't get the yardage on it, but 14-7, Nettleton leads. And that's a 5A conference game this year. You know, Brooklyn bumped up to the 5A. Actually, it's ironic that we're looking at this because Brooklyn and Blytheville were the two schools that swapped places with each other. So live look in there. Craig Miller and Nettleton TV. It's a student-run organization, and they do a great job covering the Raiders over there.
Yeah, absolutely they do. Of course, we got to look at Brooklyn a little earlier this year. So Westside defeated them. Wasn't quite the thriller that we had last year.
Oh yeah, with the controversy there at the end of the game, that was a wild one. I don't know that we've ever had anything. We've had some really great games come down to the wire, but I think that's the first one we've ever had that literally the winning score happened as the clock expired.
Yep. Well, and then we had one later. Had one to send us to the playoffs with Logan McPherson's run against Gosnell. So it was the first that we had, but it wasn't the last for sure.
Right.
So again, we're here at halftime with the Blytheville Chickasaws and the Westside Warriors. It's 21-14. It has been a good game to be a part of here tonight. If you're just joining us, very back and forth. Westside found the end zone first, courtesy of a 34-yard touchdown pass from River Engel to Jared Garner. That came with 11:53 left to play in the second quarter, and then immediately following that, the drive put together by the Blytheville Chickasaws, beautifully done. 13 plays, went 65 yards, and were able to find the end zone. A 20-yard touchdown pass from Jeremiah Northern to Kylan Wells, and those two were not done in the second quarter. Fast forward to about 6 minutes left to play in the half, and it's a 2-yard touchdown rush by Tyler Ray to make it 14-7. That was only a 2-play drive for the Westside Warriors. A 58-yard rush by Cameron Hedger set up that touchdown run by Tyler Ray. Again, the score was 14-7 at that point, and then told you Jeremiah Northern and Kylan Wells weren't done. They hooked up again for 34 yards to tie it up at 14-14 with 3:24 left to play in the half. And Marcus, you and I talked about it whenever it happened. The turning point of this first half was the fumble that happened on Westside's very next drive. Kessler Engel goes up to make a catch, has his arms pinned to the top of his head, and the football's just exposed right out there on a platter for the defender Tavares Townsend to snatch out of his hands, and gives it back to the Chickasaws, and they are able to find the end zone once more before the end of the half to make it 21-14. Another touchdown pass from Jeremiah Northern, this time finding Tyquan Love in the end zone.
Yeah, going back to that play with the interception, I feel like that really flipped the momentum of the game. That led to the go-ahead score for Blytheville right before the half. And I don't want to take away from the catch that Engel made. He made a spectacular catch and just trying to make sure he secured the ball. And when it doesn't matter how strong your grip is, when the ball's up there and it's exposed above your head like that, almost any defender is going to be able to rip that away from you. And not to take anything away from the Blytheville defender, he made a heck of a play as well to rip that away and, gained a little bit of yardage after he made the takeaway. Mm-hmm. And from that point forward, man, Blytheville seemed to re-energize them a little bit, and they marched right down the field and scored to take the lead right before half here, 21-14.
Well, we're really impressed with what we've seen out of Jeremiah Northern so far. I mean, obviously we've mentioned the 3 touchdown passes, but he's got some good pocket presence as well. He's had a couple of good runs up the middle, but a great arm on him, and he's making things happen so far here through the first 2 quarters for the Blytheville Chickasaws. Again, 21-14 is the score. Still at the halftime break. Teams have not come back out here on the field. So, again, taking another look at some of our expanded coverage here on Tubetown. This time we're taking a look at the Pocahontas Redskins and the Gosnell Pirates. You see the Redskins up on the Pirates by 1 in the third quarter, 17-16 that game.
That's another big 3-4A matchup here, and another student-run organization there with PSD TV, Pocahontas School District TV. So kudos to those students for pulling off this broadcast tonight from not too far from where we are right now. You could probably hop in the car and be over there in 5 to 10 minutes and catch some of that game as well. I'm enjoying playing with the different toys that we have tonight, so we can do these live look-ins and just, kind of look all around at the different games going on around Northeast Arkansas.
Well, that's what we love to do here on Tubetown. We love to bring you high school sports from around the area. That's what we do best. We do it better than anybody in the area. We do it better than anybody in the state. Not trying to toot our own horn, but we're just letting you know, you want the real business. This is where it's at here in Northeast Arkansas. So we're constantly trying to make things better for you guys, our followers and our fans and people who watch us week in and week out. We certainly want to put on the best show possible for you guys, and we appreciate you guys hanging in there with us every single week. Again, we want to throw some love to our sponsors as well. Tonight's game sponsored in part by First National Bank, Max Garage, Boyle Property Inspection, and Kevin Kirchhoff of Coldwell Banker.
Hey, and while you're throwing love out, I've got to show some great appreciation for a couple of Ritter Communications guys, Bill Bell and Danny Archer. Those guys put in some work earlier this week to allow us to have rock-solid internet connection directly tapping into the Ritter Communications network. We wouldn't be here tonight if it wasn't for those guys coming over and setting things up for us. So, Bill and Danny, guys, I can't thank you enough. Next time I'm over here, lunch is on me. So, I know that they won't turn that down. So, it's, I love those guys to death, man. They're great guys. Even if Danny is a Kentucky Wildcat fan, I'm willing to overlook that. And, he and Bill both really hooked me up tonight. So I really appreciate the hard work that those guys do all the time, not just tonight, but all the time. with everything they do for Mississippi County over here. Both of those guys are centered over here in on our Mississippi County team, and man, they keep things rolling.
Well, we certainly appreciate the help from those guys as well. Thank you, guys. And we're going to go ahead and step aside for a real quick break. Again, 21-14 at the half. Both teams back out onto the field now. We've got about a minute left, it looks like, before we get things started in the third quarter. Again, 21-14. Andy Maness, Marcus Carlton here with you at Haley Field in Blytheville. We're back with more Westside Warrior Football presented by Denver's Refrigeration right after.
Denver's Refrigeration is a proud supporter of the Westside Warriors. Just like the Westside School District strives for excellence by engaging learners, empowering minds, and educating all, Denver's Refrigeration strives for excellence by providing you with knowledgeable staff, quality workmanship, and speedy service. At Denver's Refrigeration, we believe it's a great time to be a Westside Warrior. Denver's Refrigeration, 3501 East Parker Road in Jonesboro. Buying a home is probably one of the most expensive purchases you will ever make. Don't let anyone talk you into skimping on the home inspection. Certified Master Inspector Scott.
We're going to take you over and do a live look-in on our other game tonight with Blake Gwynn on the call with Greene County Tech and Wynn. We're going to step in and let Blake take over for just a little bit.
That is where Wynn will take over, but it's a 3-and-out for the Golden Eagles offense. Wynn looking to go up by 2 scores. Getting an update from Blytheville where Westside is playing over on the Tubetown Facebook or YouTube page. It's 21-14 at the half. Blytheville does have that lead. Of course, Westside with a tough opponent there. Blytheville coming down to the 3-4A and playing them, but hanging with them. So Westside very much in that game. Of course, my pal Andy Maness got that game over there on the Tubetown YouTube page. So here we go. First play from scrimmage from the Yellow Jackets, and it is a scrum. Few yards gained there for the Yellow Jackets as they started their drive from the 21-yard line. Yellow Jackets really sputtering on offense too. They do have the lead 7-0, but certainly I think both of these offenses would tell you they are not happy about where things are at so far. Yellow Jackets under center as always. Washington goes right. They hand it to Cameron Speed. Speed goes up the middle, and he is tackled relatively quickly. It will be a third down situation for the Yellow Jackets as the Eagles pounce on it, and it's going to bring up third down. And, boy, they gave him a good spot right there. Third down and 1. 5-yard gain. I see no earthly way how, but nonetheless, it's third down and 1.
You joining us tonight here on Tubetown, taking a live look at the Wynn Yellow Jackets and the Greene County Tech Golden Eagles right now. Andy Maness and Marcus Carlton here with you in Blytheville, though. We're at Haley Field where the Blytheville Chickasaws have got a 7-point lead over the Westside Warriors, and we are getting ready to kick off to start the third quarter. Chicks will have the football first in the third quarter with their 7-point lead, and I think they are right in the position Coach Stone wanted them to be when they come out of the locker room up by 7.
Yeah, you always want to take that lead going into the half when you know you're going to get the ball to start the third quarter. I think that always gives a team a slight advantage.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's basically an extra possession ahead of the other team.
Exactly.
Referees discussing something over here at the 30-yard line before we get started here. Maybe they're trying to synchronize their watches. I think actually that may be what they're doing. They look like they're well, I don't know what we're doing. We're giving you a live look here at Kylan Wells while the referees try to sort this one out. And right on cue with the full moon, not only are the referees having some trouble, I think we might be having a little bit of camera trouble as well. So I think we've got that sorted out, and I think we have got the referees situation sorted out as well. All right. That's it. They just knew we were having a little bit of a technical difficulty up here, so they were giving us the chance to get that fixed before we get started. Onside kick to start the third quarter. Loose football. Scrum for the football. Westside says they have it.
I believe they do.
And they do.
Wow. Momentum swinging right out of the gate.
Well, we've seen Coach Engel do this before, kick an onside kick to start the quarter. This time to start the half, and it pays off. You saw the return man for the one of the return men for the Chickasaws had an opportunity to hop on that football early, and it just got away from him.
We talked about the swing and momentum right before the half with Blytheville scoring, and what does Westside do? They come right out, take the momentum right back.
From the Chickasaw 45-yard line, here's Cameron Hedger with a full head of steam, picking up about 14 yards. And I think you can add another 15 onto that because I think we're going to have a targeting penalty coming up.
Nice, another nice run for Hedger. He's having a good night tonight.
Nope, face mask. So either way, it'll still be penalty on the Chickasaws. It looked like Tavares Townsend, though, coming from that safety position, just kind of launched himself towards Hedger with the crown of his helmet. In there with a host of Chickasaws to bring Hedger down. And so that makes it about a 20-yard pickup now.
Yeah. Again, coming out, steal that momentum back right out of the gate, and then a couple big plays here to put Westside down on the verge of being in the red zone.
Well, the onside kick, the big run, and a penalty. Why not just take a shot at the end zone right here? 1st and 10 from the 26. They'll keep it on the ground with Hedger. Hedger gets hit at the line of scrimmage, but he is able to keep his legs churning, and he'll pick up about 2, maybe 3 more. I think we've got 2nd and 7 coming up. Ball spotted in between the hash marks at the Chickasaw 24-yard line.
Correction, Tavares Townsend on the stop for the Chickasaws.
2nd and 8. They'll have it officially spotted. Hedger, Crane, and all-day Tyler Ray, the backs in the backfield. Kessler Engel, the lone wide receiver, back to Hedger, 3 plays in a row, trying to follow his blockers, and he does not get away from the defense. That time, once again, it's Jamarion Russell who's back into the backfield wreaking havoc. That's the 2nd time we've seen him take down Hedger, and in an awkward fashion at that.
Yeah, I think the Blytheville defense, the talk at halftime may have been to find 20. You know, yes, we want to keep focusing on 34, but you got to find 20 when he gets the ball, otherwise he's going to burn you.
Yeah, 20 is out here using field vision and bouncing through the gaps. 34 is just going to run you over. Play action, trying to hit Kessler Engel. It looked like on a little tight end curl route. He just came out from the line of scrimmage and just turned right in towards the football. It's supposed to be a quick play, and it does not work out in favor of the Warriors. So that'll bring up 4th and 10 from the 26. A bit too far, it looks like, for the leg of Hayden Alls. So Coach Engel going to keep the offense out on the field. River goes back to the huddle with the play.
I think this is a good call to go for it here. You've got the momentum from the onside kick. You want to try to keep this drive going and see if you can pick something up here.
And this is the first time that the Chickasaws will have looked at the Westside offense in a shotgun formation. Low snap, Engel gets it, flushed out of the pocket. Going to run with it now. Cannot get away from the defender. It's Tyrese Gant who brings him down for the turnover on downs.
And I think this play was blown up from the get-go here. You can see on the replay, got some real quick penetration there, and Ingle scrambles out, tries to buy himself some time, and the Blytheville defense is just too fast.
Yeah, it looks like he wanted to throw, but big Timothy Bohannon was going to be right in his grill, and that's 6'2", 295 coming at you full head of steam. You said it. They got through the line really quickly on that 4th down play, and now the Chickasaws have it 1st and 10 from their own 38-yard line, up by a touchdown. Here's a pitch out to John Bruin, and Bruin couldn't catch the pitch.
See who comes up with it. I think Blytheville got back on it.
Yep, John Bruin was able to recover his own fumble, so.
And there's the proverbial exhale sigh of relief from Chickasaw fans this time.
Well, I would not want to be in front of John Bruin if I was a defender. That is a large running back, 6 foot 235. He's a bruiser. Westside looks like they're bringing pressure from the edges. They'll have a safety lined up over the top to defend the slant route, and they do bring pressure. There's the coverage on the slant. The receiver fell down. He ran into Kessler Ingle, and the pass was uncatchable, so no penalty called as Kylan Wells has to pick himself up, and it's 3rd and 10.
I think that's why you saw no flag thrown there, because it was uncatchable, because there was definite contact between Ingle and the receiver, but
it looked
ball
like
was out of reach.
Yeah, it was floated too far, and it was going out of bounds, so Kylan Wells wouldn't have caught up to that one. Wells has made some spectacular grabs here tonight, though, and some great runs after the catch. 3rd and 10. Here's Wells. And here's another spectacular run after the catch for Kylan Wells, as it takes 5 Westside Warriors to bring him down, and I think we're going to get some extra yards on top of that for a horse collar tackle or a face mask, but Wells is on the ground right now. It looks like he's maybe holding his wrist. Hopefully he's all right, but he is down, and
he took a shot to the midsection. If you're a wrestling fan, you can say he took a shot to the solar plexus there.
Yeah, and if you get the wind knocked out of you, that doesn't feel very good either.
Yeah.
So 9:08 left to play in the 3rd quarter. It's a 1st down. When we come back for the Blytheville Chickasaws, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back right after this.
Refrigeration is a proud supporter of the Westside Warriors. Just like the Westside School District strives for excellence by engaging learners, empowering minds, and educating all, Denver's Refrigeration strives for excellence by providing you with knowledgeable staff, quality workmanship, and speedy service. At Denver's Refrigeration, we believe it's a great time to be a Westside Warrior. Denver's Refrigeration, 3501 East Parker Road in Jonesboro.
9:08 left to play here in the 3rd quarter. It's 21-14 right now. It'll be 3rd and 10, pending a 1st down coming up for the Chickasaws, and then a face mask penalty on top of that against the Warriors. But right now they're still tending to Kylan Wells, making sure he's all right. Looks like he got maybe rolled up in the midsection area, or perhaps either got the wind knocked out of him, or could have potentially even taken a groin shot. We know those never feel good. So he's up right now and getting walked off the field, and man, you can see Marcus. He might have gotten hit in a very bad spot
in a very
there.
sensitive area.
So it'll be 1st and 10 now inside the 30-yard line for the Blytheville Chickasaws, and we hope Kylan Wells is all right.
And you saw a step in there with the Pocahontas-Gosnell game. Pocahontas leading 24-16 in the 3rd quarter. Thanks again to PSD TV for letting us step in and take a live look at their feed.
1st and 10 from the 27, quarterback keeper for Northern. Northern found the gap to work through, but is pushed backwards after a pickup of about 2. So 2nd and 8 coming up. Darvin Fowler a little bit slow to get up now, and it looks like he's going to be making his way off of the field as well.
Yeah, he's hobbling a little bit. Actually, hobbling pretty hard. He's able to get off under his own power, but he's not putting any weight at all on that
left foot. No, he was not. They're going to push the play clock back up. And now they'll roll the clock. Under 8:30 to play in the quarter. About a minute into this drive for the Chickasaws. This the 4th play coming up. Looking to throw Northern, a shot over the middle, nearly intercepted by Cameron Hedger. Had it go right through his hands. I don't think Hedger expected to get his hands on the ball so cleanly.
Yeah, that was he was at the right place, but just couldn't bring that one in. You kind of wonder maybe if this cool air has the ball a little harder than what they've been playing with lately. You know, maybe stung his hands just enough to throw him off where he couldn't bring that in, but still nice coverage.
Well, he did a great job of jumping in front of that football at the end and timed it perfectly. 3rd and 8 coming up now for the Chickasaws. 4 wide receivers for them, and it's Bruin in the backfield. Northern's going to throw, takes a shot to the end zone. Wide open at the goal line and into the end zone for another touchdown. It's Levin Reed this time, who literally stops on a dime on the goal line and just waits on the ball to get to him.
Yeah, that's we had somebody walk in front of us right as he was catching it, but you can see he fell down right there at the goal line, and the coverage was just a little off. They were expecting him to go deeper to the corner, and he stopped and made a heck of a play there.
Yeah, a great adjustment to have to come back to that football. And yet again, Jeremiah Northern finding the end zone with his arm, his 4th touchdown pass of the night to give the Blytheville Chickasaws potentially a 2-point lead. They're going to go for it here, and they're going to get the 2. So instead of a 14-point game, we have got ourselves a 15-point game. Interesting.
That's I was looking down doing directing work and didn't see if that play was busted, and they just
it was set from the go.
Wow.
It was set from the go. They went for the 2. The return man caught the placeholder caught the snap and immediately stood up, had a man open in the end zone, and just threw it right to him for the score. So a bit of an interesting play call there from Coach Stone, but I mean, with the way that we know Westside can score quickly, that's really not a bad idea.
That well, it certainly caught me off guard, and I think it caught you off guard as well. So definitely the defense there was caught off guard. They were expecting just the extra point lineup, and wow, what a call by Coach Stone there. Taking a quick look down at the Wynn Greene County Tech game. Wynn is now up 14-0 in the 3rd quarter.
Again, our expanded coverage here on Tubetown. Here's the return by Engel, taken all the way to the 40-yard line. Well, spotted officially at the 39, but a nice return. Yeah, the flag came out way at the end of that.
Yeah.
Like, way at the end of that.
Yeah, some of both members of the team were running off the field when that flag came out. That's how late it was.
Well, and Coach Stone is out here talking to his player right now, and it looks like, so I think one of his players got caught retaliating because it looked like he signaled to the coach someone had maybe hit him or thrown a punch.
It's always the retaliation that gets caught, Andy.
And I think that was Kadarius Brimlett, who is going to be the guilty party. It's unsportsmanlike conduct. You can see Coach Stone, he's all the way out at the hash marks.
Yeah, he's not happy about that.
The referee is escorting him back to the sideline.
Well, this will by far be the best starting position for the Westside offense tonight. They're going to start over in Blytheville territory at about the 46 of Blytheville. That's the first time they've started anywhere close to midfield tonight with their offense outside of the fumble. It's a big possession here for Westside. They almost feel like they've got to score here.
Absolutely, especially with the way that, I mean, Blytheville has kind of controlled the football their last couple of possessions. So they certainly have not had any trouble finding the end zone as of late. Here's Jared Garner with a nice spin move at the 35-yard line down inside the 30. He's got enough for another Boyle property inspection first down. What a move by Jared Garner to pick up the first.
Nice play. Little quick hit here off the option play. Hands it off to the first guy through. They're looking to chase 20 or 34, either one. And you hand it off to Garner, and he makes a big gain.
So, but looking at that replay, that looked like another play that was almost busted by Westside. It looked like they didn't have it. It looked like River turned to hand it off, and there was no one there.
Yeah.
So he quickly turns and hands it off to Garner, who's on the other side. This time Garner gets the football once again, and he's going to pick up another quick 4 yards. Oh, look at Big 73 coming in at the end of that to push the pile forward. Caleb Porter trying to help out his team, and they pick up about 4 on 1st and 10.
Well, Westside has come back out and answered on this drive. The penalty was huge to get them starting in Blytheville territory, but they've put together a couple of plays here. And look at it, 2nd and 6, just outside of the red zone.
Ball spotted at the 23-yard line. Only 2 plays into this drive for Westside, and as Marcus said, they are threatening. A little bit of a wishbone look here. 3 backs in the backfield. Fake it to the fullback, hand it off to All Day. All Day stopped at the line of scrimmage. He'll pick up about 3, and it'll be 3rd and 4. It's going to bring us to the 6:30 mark here in the 3rd quarter.
Score update from Pocahontas-Gosnell. Gosnell scored and got a 2-point conversion. It's now 32-24. Pocahontas still leads in the 3rd quarter.
Well, that's a good game.
That is a good game, and that has major conference implications for this 3-4A.
Gosnell, one of these 1-0 teams at the top of the 3-4A right now, along with Westside. Here's All Day. He escapes 1 tackle in the backfield and makes his way inside the 15-yard line. And All Day, Tyler Ray, picking up another BPI first down for Westside and narrowly avoiding a horse collar penalty, or the Blytheville Chickasaws.
You can see he busted out to the corner, and he breaks away from the guy that was trying to pull him down by the back of his pads.
Yeah, didn't have the fingers down inside of the back of the shoulder pads, and that's what you have to have for the horse collar. Did just have him by the jersey. 1st and 10 from the 13. 10 seconds left on the play clock. 10 guys in the box this time for Blytheville. There's the handoff to Garner, and once again it looked like I don't
know if that's by design.
I don't either.
I mean, if it is, it's fooling me because it's making me think that maybe it's a.
That he's not turning the right way when he turns around.
Yeah. I about slipped and said, something else. So, thank goodness I didn't.
Calm down, Tom Brenneman. 2nd and 7 coming up from the 10-yard line now, nearing the 5-minute mark. Jared Garner comes out of the game. So now it's Hedger, Crane, and Ray back to front in the backfield. Kessler Engel, the lone wide receiver. 10 guys in the box. It's a handoff to Hedger. Hedger's down inside the 10, and he'll be stopped at looks like about the 6, maybe the 7. So 3rd and short situation. They don't have to find the end zone to get a new set of downs. They got to get it down to the 3.
A gain of 3. It'll be 3rd down and 4.
Yeah, 3rd down and 4. Do you go to the air here, Andy, with a little play action rollout maybe?
It's not a bad idea. We haven't passed the ball in a little bit. I mean, we did back there on the first drive of the half, but we'll see. Keep it on the ground with Hedger, and Hedger is going to take it down to the 5-yard line about, and it'll be 4th and short. Well, now definitely I think you want to pass.
If you don't bring Alls out to try the field goal.
And they're keeping the offense out on the field with 4 minutes left to play in the 3rd.
I think this is a confidence move. You got to show your offense
yep.
that you have a little confidence in them here. I mean, you're 6 yards out. You really need the 6 here.
Well, and we've got 3 backs in the backfield. 2 of them can pick up those 3 to 4 yards pretty easily, and they're not going to have to run a play at all because
4th and 1, or no, that give them.
That's a 1st and goal.
That's a 1st and goal.
1st and goal, half the distance to the goal, right?
Yes. So that'll be a 1st down. That's again that hard count of River Engel is you can't put a price on it, man. That is such a weapon to have.
That was. Yeah, it really is. I'm sorry to interrupt you. I was just going to say that was perfectly played because they were at the 6. It's half the distance to the goal. They needed to get to the 3.
Right.
So that takes them to the 3 for the 1st and goal.
Yeah,
so that's just a great execution.
That's great football IQ right there.
So 1st and goal from the 3. Here's the pitch out to the left for Hedger. Hedger gets the block, reaches across the goal line for the score. Gets corralled by Makai Rayner, but is able to reach out and find the goal line.
Did they give him the goal line? Yes, they did. Okay. All right. I was making sure I didn't see a signal there. I guess I just missed the signal.
So now with 3:24 to play in the quarter, Westside on to attempt the extra point to make it an 8-point ball game. Yeah, don't have to go for 2 just yet.
No, I wouldn't go for 2 here either.
Kick is up, and it is good. So Westside on a little bit of momentum swing, able to find the end zone to make it 29-21 with 3:24 left to play in the third quarter. We'll take a quick break, and we're back with more Westside Warrior football, presented by Denver's Refrigeration right after this.
If you're looking for an honest, dependable, and trustworthy auto repair facility, consider Max Garage for your vehicles. Locally owned with over 20 years of experience, at Max Garage, we pride ourselves on being professional, reliable, and affordable. From routine maintenance to complex mechanical issues, Max Garage can do it all. Max Garage is a proud supporter of the Westside Warriors. Call Max Garage for your next auto repair.
3:24 left to play in the third quarter. It's 29-21 now after the touchdown and extra point by the Westside Warriors. 3 yards from Cameron Hedger on the sweep play. Good old toss sweep.
Another score update for you, Andy. Nettleton has taken control of their game. It's now 34-7. Got a text from a friend of mine at the game. I believe Brooklyn lost their starting quarterback and having to go like full Wildcat offense.
Oh, man.
And Nettleton has taken full advantage of it.
Hate to see that because he was a good quarterback also.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to let this one roll out of bounds wisely, and great field position yet again coming up for the Chickasaws. They'll have it, I believe, at the 35-yard line.
Man, that's a killer coming off of, because you just stole the momentum. You've got a chance to maybe pin them deep with a good kickoff, and it bounces and rolls out of bounds, and now they're going to start with the ball on the 40.
Yeah, great idea if you're punting it, but not such a great idea if you're on a kickoff.
Right. Another score update, Andy. Corning leads Manila 28-12 in the third quarter, courtesy of Corning Sports Report and Redline Media Alliance. So we thank those guys for letting us look in on their game tonight.
4 wide receivers for Northern on 1st and 10. Play action, going to throw. He's got Wells at the 45. Now at the 50, the far side 40. And Kylan Wells. Cameron Hedger had a chance to chase him down from behind, but it's a 65-yard touchdown pass from Jeremiah Northern to Kylan Wells. One play just like that, and the lead is back up to 14.
Gosh, wow. I mean, Blytheville just steals the momentum back. How many times has the momentum swung
shifted
like a pendulum tonight? It's just gone from one team over to the other. My goodness.
And Jeremiah Northern with his fifth touchdown pass of the evening. The extra point is good, 36-21 with 3:12 left to play here in the third quarter. What a turn of events here at Haley Field. Chickasaws are letting it be known loud and clear. They are here in the 4A3 tonight.
I don't know what the record is for most passing touchdowns in a game by the Blytheville Chickasaws, but I would think that he's got to be approaching the record if he hasn't already broken it. Got our first final of the night, Andy. As we said, turbo clock in the second half for Valley View and Forest City. Final score of 47-8. So the Blazers pick up a big win, big conference win in the 5A East.
It's always super competitive around this part of the state, man. The 5A East is
5A East is a monster. Man.
It really is.
Every year, it's just of course, Valley View's coming off that undefeated season last year, conference champs. And
you always have to deal with Batesville in one way or another.
Yeah, Batesville win, Valley View. It's a tough one.
Oh, and then if you make it out of the 5A East, you got to play teams like Pulaski Academy.
Right.
Nice return for the Westside Warriors out to about the 45-yard line. I was looking at this near side official, and he was walking out to about the 42. I'm thinking, no, that's closer to like the 45-yard line, and that appears is going to be where they spot it. They found the end zone on the last drive. Can the Warriors do it again here with 3:07 to play in the quarter? Don't have time to play that slow, methodical Westside Warrior football that they like to play when they're playing from behind.
Yeah, you're down 2 scores here. You've got to pick it up and move a little faster.
Well, it's not just 2 scores. It's 2 scores plus a 2-point conversion as well. Play action, looking to throw. Taking a shot open. Down the field for Kessler Engel. And Kessler with a completion down inside the 25-yard line. They'll spot him at the 22. And that is what the Warriors needed, a quick strike to get them close to the red zone, and the clock will stop with 2:59 to play in the third.
Yeah, you get the Engel-to-Engel connection there for another big gain. We've seen that time after time, and that's exactly what Westside needed here, as you pointed out.
Well, and how about the blocking by the offensive line to give that play time to develop? They had Garner open in the middle of the field, but River just was patient and let Kessler get open and was able to get it to him, and Kessler with a beautiful grab for another BPI 1st and 10 from the 22 now. 5 seconds left on the play clock. They'll hand it off to Hedger. Hedger just ran into a brick wall, it looked like.
Yeah, it didn't get much there. Might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage on that one.
John Tavian Bruin on the tackle. So another Bruin out there. Well, the Bruins are big.
Something in that Mississippi County water. They're growing big over here.
The hog mollies, as they call them. No gain on that first down play, so 2nd and 10 now coming up for Westside. Under 2:30 to play in the quarter. Quick turn, hand off to All Day. All Day only going to pick up about 2 yards. 3rd and 8 coming up. They're only going to give him a yard. 3rd and 9 coming up.
Got a score update from Wynn. Wynn seems to have taken control of this game now. It's now 21-0 with 10 minutes left in the 4th.
Nearing the 4th quarter here at Haley Field. Under 2 minutes left to play now. Again, 3rd and 9 coming up for Westside. 2 backs in the backfield. Misdirection. It's an option out to Hedger. Hedger gets past one defender but won't shake the next 2 and gets slung down hard.
That's another hard
by
hit.
Bruin.
Yeah, Hedger's slow to get up after that one. He has taken some shots tonight.
He has, man.
And he pulls himself up, gets a little help from his teammate, and now he's jogging off. That's one tough kid right there. And not to mention, he's a sophomore. Most of these guys that are putting him down hard tonight are seniors, and there's a big difference between being a sophomore and being a senior in football.
Well, John Tavian Bruin's the one who laid the lumber there, and he is a sophomore.
Oh, well, there you go.
5'11", 190, and he put a Cameron Hedger-sized dent in the turf out here at about the 34-yard line.
It was still a hard hit, whether he's sophomore, junior, or senior. That's a hard hit.
Shotgun formation here for the Warriors on 4th and long. 3 wide receivers looking to throw. Taking a shot, too tall for the intended receiver, Jared Garner, and it's a turnover on downs. So the Chickasaws will get the football back with 43 seconds remaining in the quarter.
That's a big stop for Blytheville there, because that allows them to now maybe slow their offense down a little bit and try to run some clock. I know you're getting close to the end of the 3rd quarter. You could probably run one play here, run out the clock, and then continue your drive early into the 4th and eat up that precious time.
Yeah, with 43 seconds left on the game clock in the 3rd quarter here, you can run one play and have that 40-second play clock to run it down to the 4th. So we'll see what the Chickasaws want to do here. Up big here at the end of the 3rd. 4 wide receivers as Northern surveys the defense. Saw something on defense and made an adjustment.
Yeah.
Play action. Here's Love down the near sideline. Love Tackled from behind by all-day Tyler Ray, just shy of the 40, but not after a pickup of about 12 yards after the catch. What Taekwon Love's quick. Picked up those 12 yards really, really quickly. And that ought to have taken us down inside.
They stopped it to move the chains.
Okay, so
they're going to have to run.
They are going to have to run one more play.
It's about a 3-second difference, I think.
Yeah, they'll have to get one more play off here in the third quarter before we head to the fourth.
Quick score update. It's 34-21. Nettleton still leads, but Brooklyn has made a bit of a comeback here. They've recovered 2 onside kicks and scored to cut it to a 13-point game.
Wow, that's very impressive.
Another hard count.
Yep, hard count from Northern is going to get the Westside defense offsides, and it'll be 1st and 5 now coming up with 11 seconds left. They'll wind the clock.
Yeah, that may not be another play run. I think they're just going to let this run out and get to the fourth quarter here.
And that is exactly what they'll do. So up big are the Blytheville Chickasaws headed to the fourth quarter, 36-21 over the Westside Warriors. We'll see what Coach Engel and the Warriors have up their sleeves if they can make the comeback here in the fourth quarter. Andy Maness and Marcus Carlton bringing you the final quarter right after this.
Home is probably one of the most expensive purchases you will ever make. Don't let anyone talk you into skimping on the home inspection. Certified Master Inspector Scott Boyle of Boyle Property Inspections, LLC, performed the best residential and commercial inspections. When it comes to hiring an inspector, why not hire the best of the best? Hire Scott Boyle, a certified master inspector, the right inspector, right away.
Andy Maness and Marcus Carlton back here with you at Haley Field in Blytheville, where the Blytheville Chickasaws have a 36-21 lead over the Westside Warriors. Take a look at some of our new technology here on Tubetown, bringing you some expanded coverage of high school football across Northeast Arkansas tonight as you're taking a look not only at the action happening here at Haley Field, but getting a live look down at the Greene County Tech Golden Eagles as they face off against the Wynn Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, 21-0 Wynn leads in the fourth quarter. Don't have a good read on the time available, but it's got to be getting late in that game. So Wynn firmly in control down in Cross County. Looks like they're going to stay undefeated on the year, barring a miracle from Greene County Tech.
We're going to start the fourth quarter here with a 1st and 5 from the Chickasaw 44-yard line. And I guess we'll, before we get started, we'll have a 1st and 10.
Yeah, false start by the offense there. Going to back them up just a little bit so they give back the 5 yards they got off the hard count right before the end of the third quarter. (39-30) across Mississippi County here. Pocahontas still leads Gosnell, but Gosnell putting up a heck of a fight here.
Here's a quarterback keeper from Northern. Ran into his own blocker, spun around by the defender down to the 45-yard line, able to pick up about 4.5, so 2nd and 6 coming up.
I think if you're Blytheville, that's what you want to do right now. You don't want to take your foot completely off the accelerator, but you want to take as much time as you can and still keep moving the ball. Eat up that clock. The clock is your friend if you're Blytheville.
Yeah, the longer you can keep it away from the brothers Engel and some of the tailbacks for the Warriors, the better for you. Here's Northern with a heck of a stiff arm on Jared Garner. Credit Garner for hanging on for the ride.
Man, that's a way to hang on there, but, man, that was a great stiff arm by the quarterback on this play here. You'll see it here on the replay. Coming up, design quarterback draw, bust through the coverage. And
yeah, credit for hanging on because you just got stiff-armed right in the center of that Chickasaw logo.
Yeah, the Kung Fu grip was working well there.
Laid the smack down on him. 1st and 10 now from the 48-yard line, and we're a minute into this fourth quarter. 11 to go.
You can see Blytheville kind of taking their time, surveying the defense here and running as much of that play clock as they can.
Facing pressure, get the pass away to the 50-yard line. in front of Kessler Engel. Engel couldn't make the tackle, and they move
Fumble,
it down
fumble.
inside the 20. A fumble gives it back to the Warriors, and Westside will have it at the 24. And that's Cameron Hedger.
What a night by Hedger. Here you can see the end of the play here. Coming in with a hit.
And
Hedger's right place, right time.
All day Tyler Ray and Ty Johnson in there to help out Kessler Engel. I think it might have been All Day who forced the fumble. He was the last one to get in there on that scrum. And then you saw Cameron Hedger, and unfortunately for him, finds himself at the bottom of another dog pile, but this time it's in his favor.
I bet he's feeling no pain on that one after recovering the fumble and giving his team an opportunity to cut into this deficit.
10:41 left to play here in the ball game. Westside trailing by 2 scores, 26-21. Time to open up the bag of tricks. All day Tyler Ray will pick up about a yard. Not having a whole lot of success running the ball up the middle tonight.
Blytheville has done a really good job of containing Ray tonight. You could tell he was the focus coming in, and it seems like that maybe Hedger has stepped into the role that Ray had last year. You know, everybody was focused on stopping McPherson, and Ray was able to pick up a lot of yardage. Seems like Hedger's maybe taking that place tonight as he's busted a few big ones.
Yeah, looking at big Tyler Harris and big Timothy Bohannon out there for the Chickasaws.
There's some monsters on that defensive line for Blytheville.
Big 52 and 66. And don't forget about 35, who comes in hot at the end of that play to make the tackle.
Goodness, watch this hit here on Hedger. Well, Hedger just took another hard shot here.
Yeah, John Tavian Bruin coming in.
Watch this replay right here. Boom. That's a hard hit right there. And Hedger showing his intestinal fortitude tonight because he just pops right back up like nothing happened.
Yeah, the brothers Bruin are a couple of pretty big players out here for the Blytheville Chickasaws. And 3rd and 9 coming up from their own 24-yard line. Play action, taking a shot downfield, looking for Kessler. Kessler goes up to get the football, and they're going to call pass interference. Not sure if it's going to be on Kessler or if it's going to be on the defender. I would assume it's going to be on the defender because there was a lot of contact on that play.
Yeah, Kessler was giving the indication that it was going to be defensive pass interference here.
Well, he turned to find the football, and the defender didn't.
Let's see what the white hat comes up with here. They don't seem to be backing up, so they're going to mark it off, and that's 15-yard pickup on the penalty.
Coach Stone trying to argue his case a little bit. He'll make a quick defensive adjustment. 9:19. The clock will continue to roll now. Actually, the clock has stopped after the incompletion. Beg your pardon.
After the
kind of forgot about that part. Cameron Hedger takes the handoff on 1st and 10. He'll pick up about 2 yards, running to the left. 2nd and 8 now coming up.
Out to the 40-yard line. Tackle made by Tyler Harris. A gain of 2, it'll be 2nd down and 8.
Checking scores real quick. Nettleton up 40-21 in the 4th. Looks like they may have that one under control. Corning up 28-12 in the 4th. Pocahontas still leads Gosnell 39-30. That one's also getting late in the 4th. And our other game down at Wynn tonight, Wynn in full control, 21-0 over Greene County Tech.
5 seconds to go on the play clock here for River Engel. Takes the snap, play action, throwing over the middle for Jared Garner. And it's, oh, is that intercepted? Are they going to say it? They're going to say that was an interception. That was awfully close to getting underneath or hitting the turf.
We have a flag.
Flag comes out at the end of that. I think it's going to be after the play.
We'll try to show this, see if we got this on the replay here. Gosh,
my
it's so hard
goodness,
to tell.
that is so close.
That's close. And I'm not sure what the penalty is here, but, I mean,
I think it's going to be unsportsmanlike conduct.
I thought he got his hand under it, but I could be wrong.
It really did look like the defender scooped underneath the football, but that was so close.
Now
I wasn't sure if they were going to call a pick right off the bat or
unsportsmanlike conduct. Let's see. So they called it a pick because Blytheville has the ball now.
And Coach Ingles still got his offense out on the field.
Yeah, well, the white hat pointed when he put the ball down. He pointed as if Blytheville had possession. So now we're going to see.
Yeah, Coach Ingles going to call a timeout, the first of
Yeah, Coach Ingle gets a timeout here to argue his case that ball hit the turf. I don't think he's going to win that argument.
No, I don't think he is either. He calls his first timeout of the second half. 2 remaining. Chicks still have all 3 of theirs, and they've got the ball back on their own 34-yard line after that unsportsmanlike penalty.
Well, there's an unsportsmanlike on Westside now too.
Yep, Coach
You
Ingle.
saw the white hat giving the stop sign, and Coach Ingle still had a few more words, and the white hat said, well, that's enough. So the 15 yards for the unsportsmanlike penalty on Blytheville is given right back, and they'll start basically midfield. What a play by the Blytheville defense there. A tip drill that just, it couldn't have been. He had to have his hand lying on the ground to get underneath that ball because there was not much space there at all.
Well, and was that Tavares Townsend on the interception, number 8 on the interception? So that'll be his second takeaway of the evening. And literally both of them have been takeaways.
Yes, yes.
You cannot be any more accurate in the description of that word for what Townsend has done on defense tonight with the fumble snatching out of the hands of Kessler Ingle and now this interception here in the fourth quarter. 5 seconds left on the play clock as Northern steps up, ready to snap the football. 4 wide receivers, and he'll hand it off with John Bruin.
Good defensive pursuit there. Give up a minimal gain.
Pick up about 2 yards there. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Time's starting to become a factor as we approach 8 minutes left in the game. Westside's burned 1 timeout there. They're down 15 here right at 8:06 right now. You've got to get a quick 3 and out here and then try to move the ball down the field. But with the style of offense Westside has, I would think the defense knows that they're going to try to open it up a little bit and get River Ingle going in the passing game. So, you've got to get creative.
I would expect to see shotgun a lot more from Westside from here on out.
Yeah, I could see that happening.
6 seconds left on the play clock. Game clock down to 7:40. Northern looking to throw. Got a man inside the 20-yard line, and he is into the end zone. Lamont Jackson with the score, a 51-yard pitch and catch. Jeremiah Northern's 6th touchdown pass of the night. And what a beautiful throw it was. Yet again on the money, and his receiver never had to break stride.
Can't throw it any better than that, Andy. That was a beautiful ball right there. And that may put this one out of reach.
Have yourself a night, Jeremiah Northern, on homecoming, no less.
We may have to do a recount on Homecoming King tonight because I think he may have taken over as the leading vote getter for King.
Snap is good. The kick is good. And Chickasaws now lead this one big time here in the fourth quarter, 43-21. 7:32 left to play in the fourth quarter. We're back with more right after this.
Refrigeration is a proud supporter of the Westside Warriors. Just like the Westside School District strives for excellence by engaging learners, empowering minds, and educating all, Denver's Refrigeration strives for excellence by providing you with knowledgeable staff, quality workmanship, and speedy service. At Denver's Refrigeration, we believe it's a great time to be a Westside Warrior. Denver's Refrigeration, 3501 East Parker Road in Jonesboro.
Andy Maness and Marcus Carlton back here with you at Haley Field. Jeremiah Northern having himself a homecoming night here. His 6 touchdown passes on the evening.
Unbelievable. We're efforting to see what the record is and if he hasn't already broken it.
That's got to be close.
I don't know what
I don't know what the record is like for the state either, but Oh, they bobbled the kick inside the 10. They'll pick it up and run it now to the 15. Now spun down hard inside the 20. Caleb Mueller on the return there. Wasn't able to field his first crack at it cleanly. So now taking a look at River Engel. He'll come back out with 7:24 left to play in the ball game. 2 timeouts left for the Warriors.
If you're coming out in this offensive set down 22 points here with just under 7.5 left, what's your mindset coming out as a quarterback? I mean, you just get it and go, I guess. That's the way you look at it.
You're going to have to get everybody back to the line of scrimmage as quickly as possible after every single play at this point. Have no time to waste. And here's that shotgun formation. All day Tyler Ray in the backfield. 3 wide receivers lined up to Engel's right. He's going to roll that way. Now he's going to just tuck it and run with it. And he'll run out of bounds wisely. Picks up about 15 with his feet there. Able to move the sticks for another Boyle property inspection first down. And that'll also stop the clock with 7:17.
That's the best you can hope for there. You get a first down, you get the clock stopped, and you bring your offense back to see if you can do it again.
Well, you saw everybody there was just kind of in man coverage and had nobody sitting back guarding the backfield.
Well, I think that's his first rush of the night, too.
It is. Well, he attempted one earlier in the night on that bootleg that we've seen them often run, and it was unsuccessful. They fake a pitch. They'll run to the left with Garner. Garner
nice
sidesteps
move.
one man and makes his way down to the 42-yard line. What a juke from Jared Garner. Move the chains for another BPI first down, and that'll also stop the clock.
See it on the replay here. Watch Garner here just slide. Little electric slide there just to move to gain about another 7 yards on that play. Westside hopping up to the line of scrimmage as we approach 7 minutes right now left in the game.
Play clock is already down to 13. I figured they'd move a little bit more quickly than that.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised by that.
Play action. They're going to take a shot towards the end zone. Kessler's got a step on his man, makes an amazing grab,
catch.
And he'll take it out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. I think they're going to spot him out near the 20 at about the 21.
Wow. What a throw and catch there. I mean, I don't know which one is more impressive here. You can see it on the replay. He just dropped that right in his hands.
Couldn't have been more perfect. What an excellent catch. Kessler with a little celebration at the end of that one, and rightly so. 1st and 10 now at the 21-yard line. 3 plays in a row that have gone 10-plus yards.
Well, and if you're Westside, this is exactly what you have to do in this situation, is to try to move the ball as quickly as possible.
They started with the ball on their own 15 on this drive. Here's a handoff, and that's Hedger. Hedger trying to keep his feet working down to the 15-yard line, picks up about 6. Clock continues to roll now with 6:30 to play. 2nd and 4 coming up.
The game of 6, it'll be 2nd down and 4. The 15-yard line.
Clock rolling out. Play clock down to 20. I'm a little surprised that they're not moving just a little bit faster.
No wide receivers here on this formation, but they're going to find one here. Yeah, nobody's open. Play action. Got to find somewhere to go with it. Kessler trying to find just the sideline to run out of bounds. Had 2 Chickasaws in front of him, basically daring him to take a step forward the whole way. They just strafed all the way across the field with him, step for step.
Yeah, a lot of running for not much of a gain there. He went clearly from the left side of the field all the way over to the right.
5:56, that stops the clock at.
In his defense, though, he had nobody open. The coverage from Blytheville was solid.
Really
there.
good that time, yep.
And to stick with it on a busted play like that is even more impressive, because usually that's when you see a receiver break off their route and get open.
Yeah, they were all still back on the other side of the field, though. 3rd and 6 from the 17. Oh, got him to jump. It'll be 3rd and 1 now.
He is so good with that hard count.
He does it every game.
Every game. Multiple times every game. That's a big gain, because that goes from 3rd and 12 Up to about 3rd and 7 now, I guess. No, 3rd and 1, I'm sorry. Looking at the scoreboard, I read it before they got it updated.
Third and 1. There's the handoff to all-day Tyler Ray, and he gets manhandled in the backfield. Just got hit as soon as he got the football. 4th and 1 coming up.
That's a hard hit right there. Usually don't see Tyler Ray. Usually he's the one giving those kind of hits here, and he, man, as soon as he busts through, he's put down rather quickly. It was so fast I couldn't see the number of the defender there.
I couldn't either. 4th and 1 now. There's the handoff all day. Gets past one defender, can't get past the next two, and that's a turnover on downs. 5:13 left to play here in the 4th quarter, and that might have closed the door on the Westside Warriors for the evening.
Little bend, don't break on the defense there by Blytheville. They gave up some big plays, but got the stop when they had to have it, and I think you're right, Andy. That may put this one all but over here, with Westside being down 22 points, and we're approaching the 5-minute mark of the 4th quarter.
And Chickasaws should be able to milk this clock fairly well down, at least take a minute off, even if they only run 4 plays. Here's Bruin trying to escape the defense in the backfield, and he's not going to do it. Loss on that play. 2nd and 12 coming up.
You won't see Blytheville in any kind of a hurry here on the offense. They just eat the clock as much as they can here.
And Coach Engel, you got to wonder, even though he does have those 2 timeouts at this deficit, you know what?
Yeah, you can. I mean, you can go either way with that. You don't want to give the impression you've thrown in the towel, but at the same time, you know, this is quite the mountain to overcome here.
Great call there by Northern to pull that football in, and he's still on his feet.
Still going.
He's still on his feet. He reverses direction. He's going the other way now,
lot of green.
And a couple of blockers out ahead of him. He's down the far sideline. He's got nobody in front of him.
Goodness.
The question is, can anybody catch him? They're not gonna, but a flag. They do right before the goal line, but a flag came out at about the 25, so this one's coming back anyway.
Had a block in the back there, I'm assuming, is what that's going to be. See what we can get here on the replay. Yeah, we just missed the block. But look at the hustle here. Look at the hustle to not give up on the play. Who is that, number 4?
Willie King.
I think you're on. Yeah, that's Blytheville's roster.
You're talking about Ty Johnson.
Yeah. How about the hustle there by Ty Johnson to not give up on the play? And, you know, kudos to him, because when you're down 43-21 late in the 4th and he's still giving 100% maximum effort to keep him out of the end zone, you got to tip your hat to the defender there. And it looks like we did have either a block in the back or an illegal block or hold or something. I missed the call, what it was, but still a pretty spectacular play by the Blytheville quarterback. I mean, he's in the zone, man.
Well, and looking back to that Hoxie game and looking and see how much Westside struggled with that dual threat quarterback in Dalen Powell, and now struggling tonight in very much the same manner with Jeremiah Northern.
Yeah, it's
only Northern has done a lot more with his arm tonight than I think we've seen in probably most of the games we've covered.
Yeah, I don't know that we've ever had a quarterback have 6 touchdown passes in one of our broadcasts.
Play action. Could be looking for 7 here. And the defense undercut him, and the flag comes flying out way late at the end of that. So Ty Johnson is going to be flagged for pass interference there.
I don't know that's – I don't have a problem with that, because if he doesn't interfere with it,
it's going to be a touchdown.
It's probably a touchdown. So that's not necessarily the worst thing you can do there. I'm amazed at this performance tonight by Mr. Northern.
He has been fun to watch. He has been really, really fun to watch.
He's just a junior. And we've got flags.
We got 2 flags come flying out simultaneously over there. Was that going to be some more unsportsmanlike conduct against Westside?
I'm not sure.
If that's on, if that goes on Coach Engel, he's out of here.
Well, I saw Garner clapping his hands, so I don't know if that may have been something on Blytheville or if it was a kind of a sarcastic clap. I don't know. I'm multitasking tonight, directing and trying to do color commentary, so no, it was on Westside.
Unsportsmanlike conduct against the Warriors.
Well, it must not have been on Coach Engel because he's still over there on the sideline. That's going to move the ball all the way down inside the 15-yard line. 4:01 left to play here in this one.
And the clock will roll. You see Blytheville basically in no hurry to snap this here.
There's Wells on the handoff. Wells navigating through traffic. Oh, and right there before the goal line, Westside's going to stop him at the 1. What a run by D. Wells.
D. Wells down to the 2-yard line. Made by Cameron Hedger.
Stops the clock with 3:39 to play.
It'll be first and goal, Chickasaws.
First and goal from the 4. Back to Wells. Wells into the end zone easily for another Chickasaw touchdown. Wells just walked that one in for another 6 points.
25, D. Wells on the carry, 2 yards. Chickasaw touchdown.
This Blytheville offense has been almost unstoppable tonight. I've been throwing out some text messages to some people who know the history of Blytheville football, and everyone that I've talked to seems to think that Mr. Northern set a passing touchdown record tonight. So unofficially, we'll say he has the record.
Yeah, first rushing touchdown they've had of the evening, and comes with 3:25 left to play. Extra point is up and good. So 50-21's the score with 3:25 left to play here in the ball game. We're back with more right after this on Tubetown.
Refrigeration is a proud supporter of the Westside Warriors. Just like the Westside School District strives for excellence by engaging learners, empowering minds, and educating all, Denver's Refrigeration strives for excellence by providing you with knowledgeable staff, quality workmanship, and speedy service. At Denver's Refrigeration, we believe it's a great time to be a Westside Warrior. Denver's Refrigeration, 3501 East Parker Road in Jonesboro.
Andy Manus, Marcus Carlton back here with you, where it's now 50-21 with 3:25 left to play in the ball game.
Yeah, just quite the show put on by the Blytheville offense tonight, and Mr. Jeremiah Northern, 6 touchdown passes. As far as we can come up with our crack research team, we do believe that is a school record for touchdown passes in a game for the Blytheville Chickasaws. It's definitely a Tubetown record of any game we've had.
Certainly had a lot of fun watching him play tonight, no doubt about it. There's the kick. And Kessler Engel takes it to about the 32-yard line. 3:20 left to play in this one.
17 yards out to the 32. Tackle made by LaFay King.
Offense back out on the field for Westside. Well, I'm sure the Chickasaws feel great about tonight after being shut out by McGee and had
they had two
games
opponents
canceled on them last week.
Yeah, 2 opponents canceled in the same week because I believe the way that went, they were supposed to play Cave City. Cave City had to back out, so they called Junction City. And then on the day of the game, Junction City was supposed to come up here, and they placed the call that morning and said they weren't going to be able to make it. It's got to be frustrating if you're a Chickasaw.
Play gets stopped before it gets started. False start, I think, going to go against Westside.
Yeah, Andy, we got a final in the Greene County Tech win game. Win 27-0. Ends up being the final. They stay undefeated. Another score. Corning Bobcats all over the Manila Lions, 44-12 in the fourth quarter. How about the job that Coach Treadway's doing with the Corning Bobcats?
Yeah, turn that program around.
Yeah, that's got to tip your hat to him. Let's see.
Because it was only it was last year, the year before last. They got they snapped the winning streak. They snapped the losing streak.
Yeah.
By the way, Gus Yerta into the game for the Westside Warriors.
Yeah, I think you get some younger guys in here, and you just try not to get anybody hurt and close this out and head back home.
Caleb Mueller trying to navigate through traffic here on first down.
It's a nice little run there. Games are starting to wrap up. 41-21 is your final from Nettleton. Nettleton over Brooklyn in a 5A East. The Pocahontas-Gosnell game's over, but I haven't seen a final score. I just saw that the feed had kicked off. The last score we had was 39-30 with Pocahontas on top. I'll see what we can find here on that one.
Here's Yerta on the keeper.
Just Yerta on the carry. It'll be first and 10 Warriors at the 49-yard line.
Hoxie continues to roll, Andy. 49-14 final over Palestine Wheatley tonight.
Lots of good games around the area. This one was pretty good for a while.
Yeah.
Chickasaws came out of the locker room hot, though, even though Westside was able to come out and get that onside kick to begin.
Yeah, but I go back to the play right before half with that takeaway on the interception, and then Blytheville goes down and scores right before the half. That seemed to, capture the momentum, and Blytheville, they never really gave it up after that. Westside had a couple big plays, had a couple opportunities, but just never could get everything to go together and get back in the game and recover from that score right before the half.
Yeah, what a homecoming night tonight for the Chickasaws.
If you're a Chickasaw fan, man, this is what you want to see on homecoming.
Well, and you get a potential leg up here in this conference that we know is going to be thick here in a couple of weeks.
Yes.
With 2 C's. Run up the middle here with 1:20 left to play in the ball game. It'll be third down coming up. Third and 7 with now under a minute left to play, so I think they should just be able to run about 1, maybe 2 more plays.
2 more. Yeah. Close this
and
one
we'll
out.
Wrap this one up. There's the pitch out to Mueller. He's trying to find the edge. That's brought down from behind, and there gets the horse collar tackle. And, well, the referee about gave him a flag for unsportsmanlike conduct. But if you don't get the flag out of your pocket to call horse collar, I would be very upset with you as well, sir.
Yeah.
Especially considering it happened right in front of you.
We'll cut him some slack on that one. Another score to pass along here. Cross County. The Thunderbirds 4-0 on the year. They beat England tonight 46-20.
Wow. 40 seconds remaining after the horse collar tackle. So I think one more play.
Yeah, I think one more play will close this one out.
So the Chickasaws will advance to a record of 2-1 on the year. 2-2 on the year. Westside will fall to a record of 2-3, and the Chickasaws will have to hit the road to face the Highland Rebels their next time out.
It doesn't get any easier for Westside.
Sure doesn't, as they are going to have to make a home stand against the Rivercrest Colts next week. And, of course, you can find that game right here on Tubetown. We'll have it for you at 7 p.m. as this one is winding down to a close. And with 5 seconds left on the clock, I don't even think they're going to run one more play.
I don't think they're going to get it off.
They will not. So a final score tonight, 50-21. A great game for the Blytheville Chickasaws, and some lumps and lessons for the Westside Warriors as they have a very, very tough test at home next week. Again, the final score tonight, 50-21. Any final thoughts before we get out of here?
We can't leave the broadcast without paying a little more respect to Mr. Northern.
No doubt about it. 6 touchdown passes on the evening for Jeremiah Northern. And, folks, he's just a junior. You get one more look at him next year for the Blytheville Chickasaws.
And the best we can tell from the little bit of research we were able to do via text message, pretty sure that's going to be a Blytheville Chickasaws record. 6 touchdown passes in a single game. That's a pretty good night's work.
So, again, the final score, 50-21. A big thanks to everybody who made tonight's game possible. A big thanks to all of our sponsors, of course, Denver's Refrigeration, First National Bank, Max Garage, Boyle Property Inspection, and Kevin Kirchable of Coldwell Banker. Big thanks to all of our camera operators. For Marcus Carlton, I'm Andy Maness saying so long. We'll see you back here next Friday evening when Westside faces off against the Rivercrest Colts. You're watching Westside Warrior Football presented by Denver's Refrigeration right here on Tubetown.